crown. Justin Hess, is he in?
Oh, Jane. Hi, Jane.
We've got plenty of love for you guys already coming in, especially on Instagram. Scotty Carter taking Justin Hess. But we have 3. We've got a tie between Scott, Justin, and Rob. Guys, thank you so much. Welcome to episode 74, the Happy Hour, Wine for the People. The only show on the internet where we don't take ourselves as seriously as the wines, and it's probably arguable if we even take the wine seriously. But tonight we have 2 amazing guests, as we do every night. But in particular tonight, we have 2 that kind of special to us actually, because it's funny. It's quite ironic. You probably don't realise that Laura and I quite often look at other couples in business, especially the wine business, as sort of like a guiding light for how it's done, because I don't know, it's one of those things we were sort of talking before as we were walking through the winery. You're like, how do you plan for the money sort of things? We're like, we don't. We don't. You're like, oh thank God, it's got to, because it's the Instagram thing, right? It's the Instagram thing. Like you see another person's life and you go, it must be so easy. It's not. It's fucking hard.
Yeah.
And so we have Andre and Selina here from Bondar Wines, one of the most amazing wine brands coming out of McLaren Vale. Guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us. It's fun.
So first things first. Do you like Burgundy?
No, I hate it.
All right, well, you guys missed out then. We opened this last night, and I found it actually quite ripe, and actually it reminded me of so ripe that it reminded me of McLaren Vale Grenache, and I was like, nice. You know what, I might open this up. We left it for today just to see how it was going. Noah's at the ready.
Yes, please. Hate Burgundy as well.
Hate Burgundy. Hate Burgundy. Drink Burgundy.
Hashtag Burgundy sucks.
Guys, tell us first and foremost the most intriguing question. What's it like working together? Like,
this is
that's so good.
It basically sums it up, right?
And this has been another episode of Wine for the People. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
I'll let you answer this. No, it's good. It's good because Andre and I have very different spheres in which we work. So, we help each other with what we do, but we also know like who is the person that is going to make the final decision and who is kind of running.
What, based on the different
show?
Or is it like one person that always makes the final decision?
No, but it depends what it's in, right?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there totally is.
And we all know who it is.
Yeah,
I don't even need to say anything.
No, but Andre is a winemaker. I am not.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously he gets the final decision on all the winemaking questions.
Mm-hmm.
And my kind of, I guess the area that I look after is more the business side of stuff. So sales, marketing, that kind of thing. So that's like what I own, I guess.
Cool.
But we obviously still need each other's input on all of that. But
Totally.
It's just you have a clear owner, which helps.
I have a thing recently because obviously Laura kicked me out of the winery, and it's always trained winemaker and stuff like that. And you sort of like get it's blindsided by these sort of things because it's like the chef is the one that's glorified. And not the wait staff.
Yeah.
The som is the one that's glorified and not everyone else sort of backing them up to help them. And the winemaker is the one that's glorified. And then I'm like, okay, what happened firstly to the viticulturalists? Because, if you're really good at winemaking, they're kind of really fucking important.
Yeah.
And also the people that help, like, there is a degree in wine marketing. I don't have one.
Neither do I. Yes.
Wait, do you have one?
I can remember.
But
I have like a semi-degree in marketing.
Yeah, I've like a semi-degree in law as well. But it's sort of like, I'm going to sort of champion the marketer because it's a really noisy world. It's a really, really noisy world, and it's really hard to get people to understand sometimes even the best packaged product, the best crafted product done with heart and soul, basically because Adidas spent a shitload on their ads this week. It's hard because there's so much noise out there.
Yeah, for sure. But you can't market something that's not.
It's shit. You can't market shit.
No,
I don't think.
I mean, you can. Probably some people
You
can.
definitely can.
But I'm not
market
that good.
Yeah, Crocs. I mean, they exist still, right? Crocs.
Yeah. Find your market, dads, and then sell lots. Profit later.
Kids also wear a lot of Crocs.
Well, yeah.
Kids
They're
wear
actually
Crocs.
great.
They're great for kids.
They are very
Is it
good for
because they're Jesus Christ?
We can chuck them in the washing machine, surely.
Because these guys are like avid Crocs fans. Find your market. Dads are like, we love Crocs.
We don't have Crocs.
But our kids do.
So Sarah Carter, Justin Weatherblade Hill, we have changed. I admit there's an entirely new set for those regular people that constantly chime in. Thank you so much, of course, for the support. We, of course, are reopening on this Friday, and we were actually set up in one half of the whole Applewood bar. And so, we're sort of in between moving to new offices. We played a bit of hopscotch today, but sorry to make everyone very much disoriented, but this is day one. And these guys are the crash test dummies for it. So, feel for them, not so much for me in that respect. But tell us, how did you guys get into one? Are you SA born and bred?
Yep,
Yes.
both are. Look, I'm Adelaide. Grew up in Adelaide, but mum and dad always had a house at Aldinga, like a little shack. So we kind of grew up, where summer was very much down in Aldinga, McLaren Vale Way. And then after uni, I met a girl whose dad was a winemaker and got a job.
Me.
Not me, another girl. And got a job actually after a science degree in winery and loved it, never looked back.
Well, yeah, so
You met a boy.
Yes. Neither of us have any background in wine, essentially, like family background or anything like that. But I met Andre when I was very young. We grew up together.
Legitimately, legit grew up together.
No.
But throughout, I met Andre when I was 18. So then I went and studied law. Like, I'm not kidding, I have a law degree. And just felt like at the end of that, I was kind of working as a lawyer and I just couldn't really see where my life, where I wanted it to go in law. And so I thought I would try something new and I thought I would try marketing. And then I kind of just talked my way into a marketing gig at a winery. And I remember coming home to Andre when I started working for this winery. Are you actually kidding me? Like, this is what you do at work? It was like,
I was getting away with it for years.
And he's got his ex-lawyer girlfriend as well questioning him. It's like a deposition. This is fantastic.
This is ridiculous. Like, what an industry to work in. Like, it is amazing.
It is
so
really
much fun.
It is horrendously fun. We were talking about this a while ago about how if we wanted to be billionaires, this is probably the wrong industry.
Probably.
Tech would have been probably more appropriate because, and it's even it's the scalability factor. We look at, even the big companies, the treasuries, of the world, that hey, here's my, this is my sort of fun little winery of 15,000 tons.
Yeah.
And you sort of back calculate how much that would actually earn you in revenue. It's actually not that much in reference to a Google or an Apple or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But the lifestyle is awesome. Mm-hmm. The lifestyle is really good.
Yeah, we have definitely traded in desires to be rich for just desires to live a really
Have you seen
nice
Chester's
life.
dad? I mean, he's still going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
like super. Yeah.
Oh, he's a legend.
I mean, Darry's still, punching, well
He's
and truly.
loving
He's alive at the moment. He's fortified by now, in fact.
Yeah.
I'd probably say. So obviously from law, jumping straight into marketing, and then obviously ended up in the Vale.
Well, yeah, and then we were both kind of working in this industry in our different areas and for different people. And after a couple of years of doing that, we were like, it would probably make sense for us to have a go at doing something ourselves. We were probably both working for wineries that we didn't like. We would have loved to do other things than what we were doing with them, probably more so Andre than me. But different styles of wine that we probably were drinking versus what we were making. And so we kind of thought we would give it a go, as you do when you're in your 20s and think that
absolutely you can
do
conquer
stuff
everything. Yeah, totally, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
And so we did it.
But you have a vineyard.
And we have a vineyard, which is huge. You know, like that.
I mean, how did
Something that would
even we would love a vineyard. How did you end up like you did it in reverse?
Yeah,
You were like, no, we're going to start at the most basic thing, and we're gonna like, you know.
I think that was the most important thing for us. You know?
Yeah.
Like, we needed
Control the whole process.
Yeah, a little bit.
but also to have like the complete story. I think like to start with, and a vineyard that was known to and had the kind of dirt and the kind of history that we wanted, and it built our story before we started.
I like that saying
that.
I remember when I was chilling with some of the guys up at Torbreck right before old mate his way started, and it was like, yeah, no, I found myself a vineyard, good piece of dirt. It's as simple as that, though.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
Like people are like really in this industry, like we call them dirt crazy because you know the actual fascination over a piece of dirt. And I always listen to that when we talk to people that talk about wine. The people that more are interested in talking about their sites and where the wine comes from, as opposed to how it's made.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty easy to. I ended up, talking about wine. Sometimes I kind of get bored. You know, if you're on the road and you're telling wine.
Stuff with the same stories all day. Yeah.
I literally try to subvert the whole thing and just go, the small winemaker rap sheet. Yeah, do that. All of that. Just that. Can we talk about like something useful now?
Stop talking about the buzzwords. It's like, whole bunch.
Oh, we saw a good one the other day. It was like,
oh yeah, there's a certain wine brand which we'll not mention on the show. It literally it's a screen of all these buzzwords like minimal intervention or all of it, small batch, handcrafted, all of this stuff. It's like the ones that really count really just say it's about the dirt, it's about the ground, it's about sites and soils and all that kind of terroir.
The people that actually can tell us more about their sites are actually I know that they're actually going to honour the site as best they possibly can.
That's the aim.
That's exactly right.
And your wines came out and they were just like a breath of fresh air, especially for that region, because you said 2013? You kicked off?
That was our first wine.
Yeah.
But so that one we didn't make from our vineyard. And it kind of almost cemented why we needed our vineyard. You know, like it was a great wine, but it was so hard to get the fruit, and it was so...
That's right, because the next year, like in 12, we got it a little bit, and then in 13, Troll was like, you can have a tiny bit. And I was like, this is never going to work. You can only pick
it when like someone else is picking it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just hard.
This is never going to work unless we got control. And
for sure.
Yeah.
So that became our goal, I suppose, to find the right place.
And then we got it at the end of that year. So
what's the harder thing? The vineyard or the winery? Or the sales?
I think it's the vineyard.
Yeah, probably.
Because
but it's kind of making it all work together, isn't it?
That's hard. But I think, like sales is hard, obviously. But I think that, we've never tried to, not humble people or whatever, but we've always tried to keep it small and just sell out every year. We probably could have gone harder, but I find it, the thing I think about most is, trying to improve every single bit of it.
Is it like the ultimate, like, jigsaw puzzle?
It's it's just like the ultimate never-ending.
Like a six-sided jigsaw puzzle.
One thing ends, the next thing begins. It's just like, all right, vineyard work's done, better make the wine. Wine's done, better sell it.
Wine. Vineyard needs to be
we're out of wine.
It's
more
even those
global.
like every year jobs. It's the like, what are we going to plant next?
Yeah, it's more like overarching.
How are we going to move towards
questions.
Organics? Like, what are we going to do after that? It's those big kind of
because
stages.
Once you've made the decisions, they're like 10 years before you see the fruits. Whereas you can make a decision about your label or even your winemaking that you see within a year or two. But I find it's they're really the tough decisions, but we take our time. I think it's like a lifetime project, and then maybe our kids will want it or not. I don't know, but then we really will. But it's going to take a lifetime.
That's incredible. So for those playing at home, firstly, I want to know, what are you guys drinking? And secondly, how do you actually know whether or not the wines that you're actually drinking, essentially that would be estate fruit, are so obsessed over their own vineyards. You know, because and is that an important thing for you guys? I'm actually quite fascinated. For us, it's hellishly important, absolutely hellishly important, because it's the you can make the big gains. But are you scared you're going to fuck it up? I mean, are you scared you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to be pruning and listen to some, you know, Smash Mouth or something like that, and like boom, you know, just the whole cordon's gone. And you're like,
But that probably for that reason. But
I don't know, like because if it takes 10 years and like you screw something up.
I'm scared like that we'll plant the wrong thing, maybe.
Have you grafted over anything? Have you changed any varieties?
We planted heaps. We planted like
not a lot of grafting because the
Are you going straight to roots?
Yeah, well, a lot of the plantings are on their own roots. And
like existing plants.
And there's the stuff we've pulled out is either riddled with Utipa or, you know, it's just not appropriate really to graft onto. So a lot of it's planted on rootstock. But you know, we haven't planted anything other than different varieties. So
what kind of varieties?
So Grenache mainly, and
Makes
now
sense.
we're in very deep sand. We're really at the very start of Blewett Springs where we are. So
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Grenache maybe.
Perfect.
Mainly, we've got so we've got a hectare of bush vine, and then we've got half hectare of Taro bush vine as well.
Oh, nice.
That we planted, and then it goes Carignan, Touriga, Tinto. A little bit of Counoise, and then
Counoise. And a little bit of that the other night. That was seriously, we had Henschke's doing it. Anyway, continue. So what?
And then over the other side, I've just done 2 new hectares, mostly Grenache, but I've put a bit of the dirt gets hard. So as we go from the sandy top of the hill, we come down and we get into the harder dirt with limestone underneath, and then I plant it. You know, I think in time underneath that, where it's quite cool, like a really nice little valley that we're going to put in. So really, there's tiny little pockets of Shiraz I planted, I'm not going to lie, but most of it's other varieties, and that's when I'm talking about 10 years time, you know.
Yeah, cool.
That's cool.
So all reds.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
No whites.
Yeah, I've thought about Fiano, and we make Fiano, but
delicious.
Fiano.
Delicious.
Really good Fiano.
Thank you. But I don't know, like that. I think that with that low point in our vineyard is where that's probably the best place for whites. Is probably a really good place to plant some. Going to be. So
do you drink more reds at home?
No, we drink
more wine. but I make a label Chardonnay. Like I think that I don't know. We're so close to this region, and I did a lot of work in this region.
Yeah,
I think that white wine on general, but but Fiano,
we just love Chardonnay.
I mean, don't we all? Who doesn't?
It's just a fun grape to play with as well. It's like the blank canvas grape. It's very pliable, very forgiving.
Yeah.
You know, you can fuck with it, and it's not going to completely shit itself. I mean, occasionally, but
we love it. But also, like with what's happened with rosé lately, that's been so huge. So a lot of our Grenache we actually use for rosé. It's Cinsault as well. So it's kind of white wine.
Yeah,
varieties.
That's a good point. White wine at the south.
Yeah. So what did we try the other day? It was Counoise and a myriad of different
a whole bunch of southern owned varieties that Henschke are playing with. Very interesting little party blend.
Yeah, we had Justine Henschke on, and she brought this little sort of Mediflat flask of like literal like here's a tank sample. We're like okay, and we checked it. And it was
from Barossa or
Eden Valley,
Eden Valley,
And it could not be further from what would be typically known as, you know, a Henschke wine. And it's very exciting to see, you know, one of the stalwart brands going, hey, you know, in Australia we kind of just want to drink like light, fragrant, high acid reds, textural whites, and there's nothing wrong with that. And sort of owning that, to see sort of that lent by sort of large companies, very you know exciting. But Touriga, how's Touriga go?
So I got my first crop this year.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So it's new, but I don't know. Like even the first crop is so fragrant, And
It's like lavender. It's
Yeah,
weird. I've never seen anything ferment like Touriga before.
so fragrant, like
Yeah.
that smell.
Yeah.
I was. Well, I know, and first crop, and to be honest, I took it pretty early. It wouldn't have been 12 and a half by now, I think. But it's sat. I've close planted all these, and I'm hoping that this is helping with the sugar control.
It's a smart thing to do as well, isn't it?
I think so, yeah, because I think a lot of these varieties also have big bunches too. So you kind of, I don't know, you're limiting a little bit the density of these maps, whatever. But it's incredibly fragrant. You can probably make Junto or even sneak into some Five-Hour Shiraz or something for some fragrance. It's just such a fragrant little wine, and it's it wouldn't be more than that, which is awesome.
Yeah.
From our region. Yeah.
So good.
Touriga. Fail Touriga. Man, badass.
I reckon, yeah, that's a good grape to
It's
go
absolutely
there.
badass.
I'm excited by that.
Well, I'm excited because you brought an awesome wine to blind taste. That's why I'm particularly excited.
King of the segue.
Very keen to now, it isn't the only sport left on Australian television, but it is a sport left on Australian television. Of course, we are talking about blind tasting. All right, Noah, I've got a couple of glasses down there.
Do you? You do?
I do. I thought I was being considerate. We've got this whole new setup is like completely whack from what we used to. So Rob Pascoe drinking 2016 small fry vine or small fry wine. Annalise, in reference to what you're drinking, trusting your smaller boutique stores and their knowledge, they there to support cracking producers. That's very, very true. It's one of those things that I'm sure you've probably found the most remarkable level of support when it comes to small independent,
absolutely.
Bottle stores.
100%. Yeah. We love them.
How did things go through the big C?
So we were pretty worried. So we sell probably 80% of our wines through restaurants.
Yeah, and through distributors as well.
Through distributors to restaurants.
Oh damn! Yeah.
So when they all got closed down, obviously we were a little bit concerned. But I think, people have been drinking at home what they've maybe not been drinking out, and we have amazing distributors, and they've been able to turn, the sales from the restaurants over to the bottle shops and the online bottle shops and that kind of thing. And we've been okay. It hasn't been as bad as we had thought that it might be.
And in between, I guess, droughts and bushfires as well.
Right.
Well, did the bushfires affect you at all?
No, we were so lucky. McLaren Vale was almost
very close.
The luckiest region
this
year.
There was some smoke that came from KI. Murray.
Oh
yeah, right after.
It was the KI fires.
It's like February way, wasn't it? It was like quite close to
January. It was middle of January when it started blowing over.
Yeah, it was incredible. We actually thought Laura, her folks live in Clare, and they thought Clare was on fire.
Really?
They were like,
because they could smell it.
Not smell it, they could see it. It was
it
was incredible. It was just. No, well, in Clare Valley. Yeah. So they were actually, waking up one day and they can actually wow, there is some serious smoke going on, and not realizing that it was actually just coming across the Gulf,
water.
the water.
Yeah,
incredible.
Yeah. So it was only a couple of days that it really sat in the Vale, but we haven't had any fruit that was affected ourselves, but it was around the region. I haven't heard it much,
but nothing like here.
Yeah.
But it made me think, we have trees around the property and makes me think.
Oh, it really does. And Adelaide Hills, we get our Chardonnay from here, and Andre's worked here for years, and it's so close. Adelaide Hills is like our little neighbour, and it was scary. It was really scary.
Do you know, that's really sort of endearing to hear that you regard Adelaide Hills as your neighbour.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because like Barossa wants nothing to do with us.
But no one wants anything to do with us.
Because I was so McLaren Vale. It's really interesting. Sort of Adelaide Hills has gone through a bit of a renaissance in, I guess, the last 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
If not maybe a little bit longer. And it's sort of followed a similar track to what the Vale did almost 15 years ago, where it was the Vale was the cool kid on the block, and sort of we existed
were not
as a
part
bit
of
of
that.
no, but we existed as almost like a Switzerland, in between the Barossa and the Vale, and it's like, you know what, just let them have, and then and then Brian Crozer was like, screw this, I'm going out of Flurio, and I'm going to play by myself, and it's sort of like, it's good to see that, because it seems to be a bit more camaraderie between producers out of the Vale and Adelaide Hills than what we see out of the Barossa.
So, and it's interesting, like I think so many producers who you think of as Adelaide Hills producers who are like they're based here, even still source like Grenache from the Parent Valley, like James Erskine,
ton of Basket Range.
All those guys they get Vale Grenache, so there is kind of a nice like partnership.
With Kaipo,
Totally.
Kaipo's 10 minutes from our house.
Yeah.
So it feels to me, and Clarendon and Kaipo are in different regions, but they could be in the same. Really. They're not dissimilar when you get up there and you feel the
I'm very jealous how close Kaipo is to you guys, because like we focused on the Northern Hills, realised that the Adelaide Hills is such a non-homogeneous and very long region. Obviously, you guys discovered it today. Thank you for driving. It was quite a long drive.
Yeah, it's a long trip. It's like what?
We're on the northern side. Welcome to the Raka, Gummaraka. No,
did you been here before?
It's the rocking horse, right?
Yeah, we put the rocking horse is what they like to say.
That's right.
Kaipo, damn, mushrooms this year.
Yes.
Have you been out?
We have.
The other day.
Yeah. What'd you get?
Nothing.
But hang on.
With our chef friend.
Yeah, there's like hundreds of pine mushrooms.
Tons of them, but
we were looking for Portuguese.
Yeah.
So we had Stephen Tehorst, old mate STH up here last night.
Yes.
And he was out with Coco, of all people. Yeti and the Coconut, Cohen.
Oh, right.
And they were out together, and he had a ton of pine mushrooms, but he had these seriously. Yeah. And so he was like, look, here, grab one. And I'd never cooked a porcini before. I've never in my life, because being from Queensland.
A fresh one?
No, not a fresh, not at all.
Okay.
Well, there's a bit of a story here. But I'd never actually cooked one before. Being from Queensland, we don't really have mushrooming culture, and there's one of those things about I still have like a lot of my heart left in Queensland, because it's like, well, where else can you go and just chuck anything into the surf and pull some kind of fish out?
Okay.
Like, you need to learn how to fish here. You actually need to know how to fish.
Gotcha.
You can't just do it that way. But mushrooms, how cool that Adelaide has this amazing season for mushrooms, and it's really, this year is
this year has been wild, right?
Insane. I've never seen
Everybody
anything.
is doing it.
I've never seen any. I'm going to do it.
I think we've hit peak mushroom.
It's been a good wet season. Anyway, so Stephen gives us this thing. We cook up this amazing carbonara. It's freaking dope. And then today, Coco rocked up. Just unsolicited, unannounced. He goes, I got something for you. He's got a whole jar of dry porcini. I'm like, oh, you were out with Stephen yesterday, weren't you? I got a whole one from him. So now there's like a competition between the two of them to deliver us the first mushrooms.
Oh, how good.
I feel like we're in a weird sort of love triangle of mushroom right now. Anyway, I have digressed. So we are on to blind tasting. Well, this one's fun, isn't it? Oh.
It's not easy.
Yeah, it's really not easy. You've been pretty cruel, and I really enjoy it.
I had another idea, to be fair, and we saw the courier driver rock up with it as we left, but
we were too late.
it's close to what I wanted.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is pretty cool. Like, nothing's jumping out of the glass as being like a key variety. Like anything sort of particular that's like, hey, this is what it is.
Well, should I ask you, is it a single variety or a blend then?
I feel like it could be a blend. Only because it's not. It's a funny thing between sort of blends and single variety. Single variety, quite often it is like the aim of the winemaker quite often will be to make it as screamingly obvious as possible. But with blends, they're more sort of artistic sort of representations of the estate or anything like this. So it is really hard because of the sort of, I guess, the lack of popularity of blends.
Sure.
And a lot of people see blends as this sort of lesser kind of thing. It's sort of like, I have a real sort of thing about, white wines, red wines in Australia, because, it's just as difficult to make great examples of either. But white wine suddenly get a discount. You know, white wine's just worth a little bit less to most people, and it really sort of fucks me off because I think in Australia we actually could be producing on a global scale probably some of the most exciting white wines as a country, more so than a lot of reds, or at least it's not fair to say that, you know, or at least the same. Yeah. You know, especially when you look at things like Vermentinos out of Sardinia, like, man, we have the saltiest soils. We have the worst structured soils. We have the oldest. We have the most fucked, ugly soils out of all wine regions globally. We have such an amazing archaeological and geological story to tell.
That's true.
In wines globally, I think we have a very relevant voice. But with blends are completely. I'm monologuing. Fuck it. It's a blend. I feel it's a blend.
All right.
Is it a blend?
No, it's a blend.
No.
Okay.
What were you saying?
I know I do, but I think I know what it is. But
you know what it is?
well,
I mean, you guys brought it.
you brought it. I didn't even look at it.
Oh, did you? This is good. We're playing together. It's great.
She didn't get it.
I got a buddy. I got a teammate.
Deliberately.
Sorry. Justin is demanding Noah what we're drinking. Justin, that was my fault. I still have my comments up. Noah had it pre-typed. He just literally hit the enter button.
Did you see it? You know what it is?
I have no idea. No. Noah's
got a little screen.
A little screen. Noah's really good this way. Right. He's he won't give me anything. So that's the cool thing. Like if I do nail it, and it's happened a couple of times.
Quite a few times.
It's happened. Thank you. It's genuine. It's real.
Yeah.
I find it fun. It's a bit of a challenge. Okay, so. Old world, new world? Are you asking questions?
Yeah, you guys know options, right?
Questions?
Yeah. Do you want to ask questions? You can. Yeah, you guys go.
Oh, yeah, I can ask questions.
You'll have your chance later.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Old world, new world.
I really think it's old world.
Yeah, same.
You kind of know what it is.
Yeah, I kind of know what it is, yeah. But obviously not exactly.
Yeah, it's old world.
Cool. Straight already.
All right. Let's think about where it comes from in the old world. Is it from Spain, France, or Portugal?
So the thing that for those playing on podcast, because I know you guys aren't watching. I know you're listening, which is nice. Thank you. Just the thing that sort of led me down the path of old world was the fact that it had actually it's very quite fragrant. It's the fruit weight's not so sort of. I will say it is not bombastic. It is quite sort of subdued. And Terry, yes, we play a drinking game. There are certain keywords that earn me a drink.
Yeah.
I have PTSD because of that.
Or subdued?
Bombastic. Yeah, that's twice now. I'll be held to account for that. But not tannin. The tannin on this is just full and rich and dense and ripe and not green. You know, the only place that could do that would be somewhere in the Northern Hemisphere. You said Spain, France, or Portugal.
Correct. Yeah.
I would love to say that I don't think it comes from Spain. It could indeed. I've had a handful of wines that have like this that have come from Portugal. Menthea included in this, because it's an amazing, good tannin or anything like that. There's a Frenchness about this. There's a really sort of lean elegance to it. It's gonna be fucking Spain, but I'm gonna say it's from France.
It's Spain.
Well, okay, all right, okay. Yeah, I'm just going through my brain about what in Spain produces something like this. Fucking Menthea, isn't it? But it's a Spanish Menthea. Yeah, wow, that's so good.
It's got a couple of things in there.
That wasn't set up.
Oh no, it was
That's fucking incredible, man. That's very impressive. Well done.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not just Menthea. It's probably Menthea with a touch of Grenache.
Well, it's
it's
actually Bastardo and
oh yeah, that one. Trousseau.
Trousseau.
I was gonna say, this reminds me of
Trousseau. He's got a thing with Trousseau for some reason recently.
Well,
I
Instead
think
of
there's
like-
some
but
Alicante Boucher.
Yep.
Is it actually Alicante Boucher or is it Alicante?
No, it's Alicante Boucher.
It is it?
Garnacha
Tintorio.
Tintorio.
Yeah.
I've done my
Done a bit of research.
crib notes.
Yeah.
Just yeah, right.
Yeah.
So where is this from?
Well, Galicia.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, cool.
And it's very close to Portugal.
Yeah, because obviously that's where, I mean, the home of, isn't Menthea like a Portuguese, it is a Portuguese grape variety, right? Or is it Spanish?
Bierzo.
Bierzo's Spain, isn't it?
Spain,
It's like right near Vino Verde country, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Right, like above Portugal.
Yeah.
I think high and therefore
Oh
cooler.
yeah, it's
cooler.
freaking bits, man.
Yeah, and rocks and cooler. You know, like
It is not a place you want to live.
no problem. No.
Grow grapes, make wine, eat food, live. You
Yeah.
know, so it's going to be a harsh living. It's going to be. Can you imagine growing like you grow grapes? Imagine growing grapes on that.
Yeah,
People
exactly.
probably live till they're like 100.
Really?
There, I don't know. Like probably.
They probably,
'cause they
legs
climb
like
up
an
those
ox,
hills.
You know why?
like,
Because
you
there's
know.
no one there, and COVID. They are COVID safe.
It's Spain. They did not do well.
Really hit pretty bad. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So this is. I think the giveaway for this is tannin. Like Spain doesn't typically produce harsh tannin, and I'm not saying it's a harsh wine. It's just that's full tannin.
Yeah.
Like you don't, and it's grape derived. It's not oak derived. You can pick up the difference between the two.
100%. Yeah.
You see tannin like this in Rioja, but it's been in brand new oak, and then decanted into a second barrel that is also brand new in its second year. It's like, oh, we've got 200% oak on this wine, it's not it's a thing. That's a very pretty wine.
Yeah, it's delicious.
This is
huh?
yum.
Yeah.
That is a
And
drinkable
you said
wine,
it
man.
reminds you of French, but it has this burgundy, doesn't it? Like this.
No, I wasn't going to go Berg. It was the tannin. I was threatening out of the side of my peripherals here if I said Trousseau again.
Nah, it feels like it could be like a really pretty like Rhone,
Pretty Rhone,
like kind of northern
For
south.
sure.
You know what I mean? Up
For
from
sure.
the coast.
Yeah, for sure. It could be a very sort of pretty style of Rhone. Absolutely. That's a very accurate call, Noel. I'm very impressed.
I've been here for a lot of these. I'm getting trained. I'm learning lots.
So vintage,
Well done.
Yeah.
2018.
No, it's older than that.
Wow.
Yeah.
This has some legs, man.
Yeah,
this
freshness.
has
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
distance. It's gonna go.
Yeah. No, it's 16.
Fuck. Well done.
Yeah.
Who are these guys?
So the name's up top.
Oh. I like the fact that there's like a braille section. They must have an inordinate amount of blind people right on them. Do you reckon that?
in Galicia. Yeah.
Do you know the thing about braille that always strikes
I
me?
don't know if we should be laughing about that. Yes.
No,
what? Go on.
just with braille. I didn't know that. I'll show you guys at home, playing at home. So it is. Oh, hopefully, there is underneath here. You probably can't tell because of white label and we've got a big bright light underneath us. There is like a braille section. How do the blind people know the braille's there? Just saying.
That's a good sommelier, maybe. I don't know.
Just saying. I mean, do they walk into wine stores and they can like bottle? Oh,
Maybe.
this one's got braille.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because I know there's a French producer, isn't it, in the Rhone? One of the main big
Yeah,
guys.
you're exactly right.
Yeah, he does. He does braille in his bottles.
Yeah.
He's got a winery in Heathcote. Oh, mate. It's right on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, the
Big
giant.
Yeah. I mean,
Northern Rhone.
Yeah, he ain't exactly small.
Someone will tell us.
Yeah, you know the one.
Yeah.
We're all got this.
They're in Dan Murphy's.
It'll come. Noah's gonna find out. Noah's gonna find out for us. What the braille like. Oh fuck! It's gonna kill me. I want to try to get it before Noah gets. It's now an opportunity. Oh, really? No, that's even worse.
Yeah. It's Shandong.
No, it's not Shandong.
Yeah, it is. They've got a place in Yarrow.
No, it's not Shandong. No.
Shit.
No, Rhone,
Apologies.
Rhone. Not
Oh,
Champagne.
right.
Not
Why
Champagne.
did I
Not
Google Shandong?
Champagne.
Chaboutier.
Chapoutier, Michel Chapoutier. Absolutely nailed it on the head. He has a braille on, like, I think that's really helpful. It's sort of like vegan friendly on the back of a bottle of wine, isn't it? Isn't that how it? Yeah, I mean,
yeah, for sure.
As long as they know that there's braille there, I mean, how do you?
No, it's true.
I want to know if anyone has any, and this is a legitimate question. I'm not trying to take the piss. I'm actually quite interested because I don't know any blind people, and if you do, I know this is going to sound odd, but I would like to know, how do they, like, is that a problem that they don't know the braille's there? That's an honest to God question. All Chapoutier wines have braille on its label, according to Yuko. And Yuko, congratulations on getting the top. I think you've got one of the top fan badges now. Well done.
Thanks.
I mean, not that you weren't before. You have been since. I'm quite surprised that it's only occurred now. So many good small producers coming to Spain since their wine revolution. And there has been a bit of a wine revolution in Spain.
Definitely, it's what I'm doing. Actually, I was going to bring you a Grenache because that's sexy. You know, I love what they do.
And relevant.
It never used to be sexy.
Yeah,
that's
you know,
true.
2011, 2012.
Yeah.
It was crap. You know,
they probably let
no,
super
it was
ripe
crap.
and-
No, the wine was crap. It's just the name was
Grenache,
sullied.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, you know, Grenache, GSMs, you know, like
Yeah,
Merlot at the
yeah.
moment. Maybe in like 10
Yeah.
years' time, we'll have like the next gen.
Yeah.
The next gen
Merlot.
making like sick Merlots, natty Merlots in amphora on skins, small batch, handcrafted,
Small out.
210 days on skins, no sulfur, biodynamic.
Nothing added, nothing taken away.
Yes. Yeah, totally, absolutely. I think Noah, you googled champagne because Chapoutier and champagne. You had it in the annals of your mind. You had the name. I'm pretty.
I really didn't.
It's all about the soil. Bloody love a blend that showcases a vineyard. And this is absolutely fantastic. That is. So is this? Have you got Menthea going? We have Menthea here.
Yeah, there's a bit in the Vale, but we don't have any.
No, it's something we've considered, but it needs maybe to be a little bit cooler. But maybe where I was talking about, the little valley in our site that is particularly cool, it could be a potential planting site. You know, I think you probably have to control bigger site. You need to grow it in rock, you know, to get that lovely tannin structure.
So we could do this here, you reckon? They're pretty rocky sites. I
think so. Like maybe
clay depends. We have a lot of clay-based sites, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, the right aspect, north facing.
Granite belt.
Yeah,
I don't know much about
it's
it.
very fair.
Granite belt. Is
Okay.
what's granite?
Okay,
It's a giant belt of granite.
Is it cold? It's proper cold.
Yeah,
It is.
cold,
It
right?
gets
Actually
really
cold.
cold. It gets really
So I didn't realize this. We did this whole thing for Australia.com and we wanted to take people on a journey around Australia and we wanted to touch on every place. In 45 minutes, speed tasting 10 blind tasted wines between Laura and I, and it was actually quite difficult. Unfortunately, we didn't touch on the Vale, because it's sort of like we want to touch on every state. And it's sort of hard, so yeah, we did,
Right, man.
the sort of, I know, no, because we would have loved to be invited back to just do a special in South Australia, which, the Vale's going to be a big part of, but we wanted to make sure that we were like, hey, there's shit going on in your own backyard in terms of like rural travel and rural tourism, and that even Brisbaneites can go out to the Granite Belt and so I was like, I'm gonna get schooled on this. I'm gonna school myself to make sure that I actually am quite aware of what my I guess origin state. I say my home state's now SA, but Jesus Christ, it's like 1,200 meters above.
Yeah, right.
It's fucking ridiculous, and they have like 450 millirain a year up there, so it's not a lot.
All winter based. Like, do they have a season? Like,
well, I mean, I assume. Well, they definitely have seasons, but I assume it happens during summer because it's obviously.
That's what I mean. Like,
it's obviously like
closer to the equator.
Yeah, obviously, but no, I've seen some amazing. Actually, we've seen some Memento Mori wines have.
No, sorry, Le Petit Mort.
Le Petit Mort.
Yeah.
He's done very well.
I've been doing some amazing wines up there. Actually, some really, really quite impressive wines. And what was the Golden Grove? Which was quite an established producer that had been doing things like a little bit differently with Barbera and Tempranillo.
Yep.
And I'm not blown away by Australian Tempranillo by any standards. Really. Tempranillo, because it has such a an expression of its own self.
It's very, yes.
It doesn't sort of matter where you grow it. It kind of tastes the freaking same.
Yes.
And that's quite frustrating. It's sort of like the Barossa, turned up to 11. It's sort of like, we can put a shove. Don't worry about the Barossa. We can shove it in the Riverland and it tastes the same. Because the expression of Tempranillo is, of course, so strong. And we see that even in its own home in Rioja, where the differences between different grades is based on how long it's matured for, and not necessarily single-handed stuff. Although I'm happy for Assam to show us a whole bunch of high-end Tempranillo, high-end Rioja, so I can, be corrected. But it's interesting. The first time I had a Tempranillo that really sort of made me go, like, this is actually all right. This is pretty surprising. Was out of Queensland.
Yeah, right.
Was out of Queensland. Yeah.
1,200 metres, maybe. Is that what you're saying?
Really, I think it's one of the highest elevations in Australia. And it kind of makes you really excited because there's some really high elevation vineyards in Spain. And I'm pretty confident, next to Chile is actually one of the highest elevations around where this comes from, Galicia and Bierzo. Are probably the highest elevation vineyards in the world, perhaps. Next to, I guess, Chile and Argentina are the only other ones I could really pick out. Yeah. But my point in being, it wasn't that long ago that Grenache was like, grandma's business.
Yes.
And Queensland wine.
Could be the next thing.
We could, we could all be living on Noosa, man. We could all be having a great
Making
time.
men's
We've talked about it many times.
Anyway,
we're not alone.
We're not going to let you guys go out of here without having a bit of a play with blind tasting yourselves. Now we usually have a bit of a whole wall behind us, and obviously we've relocated. We have three wines here in front. Okay. That is completely up to your choice to choose. Which I don't know what they are. I don't know what they are. You don't know what they are. You can have a crack.
You choose, Selina.
You want me to choose?
Yeah, you're
Shall I feel like a kid?
It might have braille. It might have braille.
You don't know. You don't know. See, this is the thing I'm talking about. You forgot vegan friendly. Yeah. How do people know that wines are vegan friendly? Well, I mean, typically they would say them, but typically vegan people can read. Blind people typically can't.
No, we're talking about the buzzwords.
Oh, buzzwords. Vegan friendly. I'm not sure if vegan friendly is a buzzword.
Yeah, it is.
It is?
Yeah,
okay.
it is.
Noah says it is.
100%.
No animals harmed.
There's not much you can add to wine that's
it's like filtration with like fish guts and like milk and stuff like that. Eggs, stuff like
fish
that.
Guts, yeah. So which one are we choosing?
The middle one.
The middle one.
Yeah, middle bias.
Middle bias. So we like symmetry here.
Yeah.
BC, is there any Norello cuttings in Australia that could be planted in the granite belt should be the right climate? The climate thing's an interesting one because that's actually a really interesting one because the granite belt is highly volcanic.
It's rock. You're growing in rock.
Growing in rock.
Wow. Okay.
Little bit of loam, but I mean it's very loamy. I mean you've got a bit of black cracking clays and stuff like that, but it's very much rock.
Essentially.
I mean, and it is. When I mean black clays, it's black clays. But that's a good one. I'm trying to find an argument against planting Norello in Queensland, which is probably in and of itself very ironic.
Have you been to Sicily much?
Yeah, a couple of times, handful of times. It's nothing like Sicily, Queensland. I mean,
I wouldn't imagine.
No, but so it's like it's sort of like Fiano. Fiano and Campania isn't actually dissimilar to the Adelaide Hills, except for the fact that we're alluvial soils, we're river-borne soils, and they were volcanic-borne soils.
Yeah, right.
But you walk around there, and the climatic conditions
kind of the same.
Well, the fact that you're walking around looking at eucalyptus trees is also like it kind of fucks with your head.
Same in Spain, like.
Eucalyptus. It's odd. It's just a very odd thing.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Cheeky bit of course, we're jumping on blind tasting, and obviously we're going white wine this time. Well.
Some water.
Right. So we know this is white.
We know this is white, but I feel it could well be called orange as well. Except if you're in Australia. which you cannot call orange wine. I was literally in a interesting discussion with Wine Australia today. Anthony, you know I still love you.
Just in case Wine Australia is watching.
About which, have you ever sent wine to the United States?
A little bit, yeah.
Go through TTB approval?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not one.
Good times.
So we've been trying to not obviously put orange wine, do the right thing. Even though that's the global vernacular and lexicon.
Yes, and it's very big.
It's very big in the US. And so we decided we're going to be cheeky and use off-white.
Okay, yep.
I think that makes sense.
Yep.
No, TTB's not happy with that. So we went back to Wine Australia. I'm like, so what are we going to do? Oh, yeah, call it skin contact wine. I'm like, yeah, but no one else in the States actually needs to do that except for us. It's a bit weird. In fact, it makes us irrelevant. And that's sort of quite frustrating. And so that, they explained obviously the positioning on the fact that we have a wine region called Orange.
Yes.
Okay. And I've got the solution to this.
On capital.
No, we're gonna declare our little
Orange.
No. This is better. Because I have a strong feeling about this because you can't just go like, yes, they are called orange, but they can't own a category of wine, a legitimate and globally agreed that is the applicable name for the category of wine. And if so, we are going to establish a sovereign nation, and we're going to call ourselves Sparkling. And we're going to establish the sparkling wine region of Adelaide Hills and control the use of sparkling in Australia.
Good luck with that.
But it seems to work. I find it really quite frustrating that they would own a category.
I get it. It is frustrating.
Yeah,
but
especially.
Did you actually study law? Or were you just kidding with me?
No. Study law. I dropped out when I hit constitutional law because I found that the worst.
That was my favorite.
I could have used you like 10 years ago.
You always learn about in law the people who do establish sovereign nations. They're like the best.
Because they're the craziest motherfuckers ever.
Yeah, right.
So
I am the prince of my,
I want to be a baron. Let's be a baron.
I am not paying taxes because I live on the land. Whatever.
I love it.
It's very good.
I love it. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah. So you'll be one of those guys.
Yeah. I'm happy. Right. I'm happy to be.
Cool.
I don't think it'll last very long.
The orange guys would find it annoying.
They are really quite fervent. Orange wine region is like, we want to protect, this. And I'm like, then I asked, what is the volume of orange wine, i.e. wine from orange, not orange wine, from Australia, that is exported to the United States? And it's like an umpteenth of what we send in terms of esoterico. So I'm like, well, there's no real confusion between customers, is there?
Yeah. When it's a worldwide, kind of...
I just don't think they got that champagne cred, They don't need that champagne street cred to be able to, or a little bit of Portugal from Porto making port, street cred, I think they've got a bit of work to do.
It would make sense if orange wine, as we're discussing it, was from Orange. And they were like, no, we own this place and this category.
Yeah, but they're the only ones
in
Australia that can actually use the name, the applicable, the right name for the category.
The category, yeah.
Because they happen to be from there, which makes me very worried. I mean,
time to go to Orange.
If you want to make it, go there. I suppose that's another really sort of applicable thing. Hey, Prosecco, Yeah. Anyway. All right, so we're going to play this game. Let's do it. Noah, you're asking the questions.
Alrighty. Okay, we'll start with this one. Is this a single variety or is this a blend?
I think it's a single variety.
Yeah, I actually do too.
So the same thing.
It's a blend. Good start. New world or what?
I think this is old world.
Yeah, I'll go old world. Old world.
I mean, me too, but it's boring.
Change it up.
New world.
It's New World. I was steering you in the right direction there. Is this from South Africa, Australia, United States?
I'll say Australia, yeah.
Yeah, it's Australian. Is this wine from New South Wales, Victoria, or Australia?
Sorry, what were the options?
New South Wales, Victoria, South Australia.
South Australia.
South Aussie.
This is a New South Wales one.
Oh.
It's fucking
Literally
from
from Orange.
It's so cool.
Is this wine from the Hunter Valley, Orange, or the Canberra district?
Oh, go Canberra.
Canberra.
Orange.
This wine is from Orange.
Oh, that's so good. I have no fucking clue.
The pain that I was going through for the last 5 minutes of that conversation was just, I can't give anything away.
Legit not a setup. Honestly, like we have this is like anyone that's come on this show, watch this show, knows how hardcore we take these wine tastings because we want it to be real. And it's like, wow, these are legit, man. That's incredible.
I was in agony for that entire conversation. I was like, little do they know.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh my god.
We're gonna skip the variety choice. Do you guys have an idea of what the varieties might be? There's 3 varieties. I'll say.
Some Sauvignon. There's a herbiness.
I think there's Viognier.
Mm-hmm.
I was more on the like Roustan, Marsan, Viognier kind of track, but
It's a blend of Riesling, Chardonnay, and Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Neat. Do we want to have a stab at producer? But I can't really name too many from Orange. Sorry, Orange. You've copped a lot of flack this episode.
sorry. Orange.
Is it Swinging Bridge? Is it? Frankly, this wine was made by Bob.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Frankly. I'm just gonna stop there.
That's amazing.
It's good wine. It's
Okay,
really good wine.
Okay, admittedly, a great example.
Yeah, orange wine is cool from Orange.
Orange one.
I feel so bad for Orange after we had a really nice wine from them.
That's delicious.
That is really fun.
Yeah.
That's frankly this Bob. No, frankly, Bob made this.
Oh, very cool.
If you can make that out, that is actually legitimately very, very tasty. Full climate organic grapes from Clayton in Orange. New South Wales. My God, that is just too good. It's just killing me.
Orange.
It's just killing me.
Orange.
No, who's there? Orange who? Orange who? Glad we knew the answer before you.
Yes.
That's too good.
Yes.
Well, stuff.
I don't think we can come back from that.
I don't think we can come back from that.
Well done.
So, you guys making any orange wine this year? Have you played around with any skin contact amber wines?
Fiona always gets some. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I've had like 18, 19 were warm years and mine didn't look good. Like it made it very exuberant, too much. Too expressive.
Fiona really gives a lot.
Yeah.
No, you got to be sort of
You're always like comparing it back. Probably.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
I was thinking of some Gree this year, but then bushfires put
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Like a Ramato style, cheeky Pinot Gris.
Yeah.
I've done it before. It's delicious.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
also it works really well.
Yeah, we love them. The ones we've tried. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I continue to play with piano, but you just gotta. You can't be too ripe. It can't be yellow skinned and full flavored. It's got to be. You got to pick it. Still green skin.
Think Riesling. Think like lean, clean, acid
that's
machine.
right. Yeah.
It's
Which
quite
is
appealing.
And I've found with our Fiano that from one start of a weekend to the end of the weekend, you can move from being green skinned, lovely and lean and citrusy to like blousy pineapple juice.
But that's how it gets its name. Do you know that that's viticulturally how it got its name? No. So Fiano comes from appiana, ape in Italian, which means bee, appiana, which is the sort of Latin derivative of it, which is the color, like turns a honey color in exposure to too much sunlight. And you know that's like it's either the point of picking like right before it's like you want to get it just before that.
Yeah.
So if it's hitting that, they're like pick it all, get it off now.
Yeah.
When it starts to get that little sort of honeyed color.
That's really interesting. Yeah, because our 19 is like we had a lot more exposed fruit because of not our vineyard, it's Ben Lacey's, but had a lot more exposed fruit and we got a lot more of that character. You got a lot more sunlight, and so it's a really different one. So that's really interesting.
Well, what is really interesting is a comment that's just come in from Melissa Renoso here going, in Northern Ireland, orange wine is the stuff they serve in Protestant pubs. Well, I think the Orange Wine region should have something to say about that. I understand winemakers from Orange wanting to protect the name. It isn't keeping the GIs that we use in Australia. And that's absolutely true. And it's just one of those, I think, hyper unfortunate things that has largely occurred due to the wonderment that is the English language.
Yeah. The problem is, do we get the rest of the world to change, or do we get Australia to change?
And I think that's really it. It's like in Australia, orange wine is definitely a category, and it's relatively popular, but it's not until like everyone is drinking orange wine. Like it is massive.
LA
right
too.
Now. It is
Massive's an understatement.
And so it's there that you really go, oh, like we're not just talking about a region. In one country of the world. Like this is a like massive global category.
Well, you know, when we started sending wines to the States 3 years ago, going over there and learning about the culture there, and there is culture there, it's quite surprising. They didn't know what natural wine was. They didn't know what orange wine was. They were so confused. And then shit just goes like wildfire, as we've seen even with recent events through the States. And they've really latched on to that sort of aspect of wine in a massive way. And it's a great opportunity, I feel, for Australia to re-cement itself as being that wine category that makes things simple and approachable and fun for people. But at the moment, I think the rules are showcasing that we're anything but.
Yeah. What are your go-to varieties?
Aromatics.
Zabibo.
Gewurz, anything with a little bit of muscat in it is I'm like Riesling.
Pinot Gris is a really good one.
Fiona fills out that sort of mid-palate stuff, but I wouldn't call it the star.
Greco too. Greco's a really good one.
Greco. In warm climates, Greco?
In warm climates. In cold climates, the beauty of it is in its acidity. It's just so lean. Think Semillon on a lot of drugs. And on that note, we have gone over time, and of course, it is Homegrowny Week, honouring what would have been Negroni Week in Australia at the moment, and Henry is ready to click the stream button to be able to talk to you about everything Applewood and Ochre. But for tonight, guys, thank you so much for coming along. The time has flown, as it always does. And you can buy their wines, actually. Do you have much available? A little bit?
Yeah,
here and there.
There's bits and pieces.
In the description above, all linked as well. But until tomorrow night, thank you so much, and stay tuned for Applewood.
It's Homegrowny Week! Oh my god! Welcome everyone. Hello to all of you who are already here. Hello Stuart, hello Kirsten, hello Katarina, hello Bronwyn. Lovely to have you along for the ride. Oh my god, Jared! Oh my god, we've got Jared Valler here from Mjolnir.
Hey
how
guys.
you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Holy crap.
I'm very excited.
Would you like to engage on some sandwiches?
Let's have some sandwiches.
Cheers. Let's have a sandwich. So this sandwich here is a grilled cheese sandwich with Negroni fried onions, which is pretty fucking great.
It's so good.
So basically what do? We got some onion, we got a brown onion. We chopped a whole brown onion up.
Yep.
We got 20 mils of gin, 20 mils of ochre, and 20 mils of maiden eye sweet vermouth, with another 20 mils worth of red wine vinegar, and poured it all in a pan with some salt and pepper.
Beautiful. Absolutely
Done.
beautiful.
Done.
I'm gonna have another bite.
Oh man, do it.
Oh.
It'll be there all the time. Hello, BB Spark 23. G'day to you guys.
Hello.
Boy, oh boy, Campari didn't do it, so we did.
We did.
We did. It's pretty much homegrown-y week. Hello to Haley. Hello to Emma. Hello to Peter. Good to have you guys along. Let us know what you are drinking this evening. I hope you guys are having some Negronis like we are. We've got a fucking jam-packed show for you.
It's gonna be hard for me to not just eat this whole thing.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Man, it's real good. Well, look, dude, how have you been, first of all? What's this whole experience been like?
I've been surviving.
You've been surviving?
I've been doing a lot of cooking.
Yeah, dope.
So when it first all went down, just sort of I needed to do something because turns out I'm a bit of a workaholic.
Yeah.
And if I'm not working, I'm going insane. So I set up a thing with my building. My lovely wife set up a thing with my building.
Yeah.
Basically just said, if you guys want any food, bread, pasta, soups, lasagnas, just food in general, send me a message and I'll make it for you. And I was doing that for a while.
Awesome.
Kind of died down a bit, but I've still been like cooking more and more extravagant stuff at home. Like I made my own sweet and sour tofu.
Oh fuck! Wow.
Which was incredible.
Yeah, sweet and sour tofu. Holy crap!
Super easy to make, and the way that I cooked the tofu made it taste like pork. So I was very
That's
happy.
sick, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so good.
But I've been going a little bit crazy. Playing a lot of video games and just having time like meld all together.
I feel that. Well, guess what?
Lots of drinks.
Well, now we're going to make some drinks.
Yes.
Now we're going to make some drinks. So, Negronis. Okay. Everybody knows. Well, I mean, maybe some people don't. Do you know the story of Negroni, or shall I tell it?
Tell it.
Right.
I have heard the story, but...
Campari go around every single year. Hello, Paula. Good to see you. And Bronwyn just got home, so no drink yet. Well, make yourself a drink. If you avail yourselves of one of the homegrown packs, get them ready to go. Because holy balls, I'm about to show you my favorite way to make a Negroni. So basically what happened is back in, I do believe the 1830s. I can't remember the date because
it's the 1830s.
I think it was like 1830.
If you ask anyone from Campari, they will tell you.
They'll tell you the date like straight away.
They've memorized the story.
The point of the story,
part of working. That's
not what we focus on here. We want to focus on where the Negroni will go to. Like some cool things that you can do with that kind of Negroni recipe to take it into the future. But point of the story, in the 1830s, Count Camillo Negroni asked for an Americano, but sans soda. He was like, nah, I don't want any soda water. Instead, I want gin. I want to give this cocktail a bit of a kick, and hence the Negroni was born because of Count Camillo Negroni. Now, the Americano is a wonderful drink, and if you make it with oak art, it's called an Australiano. With you basically have a bitter, you have a vermouth, and then you have soda water, and it's epic. It's a freaking awesome drink.
Is a good drink.
Now,
delicious.
My favorite way to serve Negronis is kind of a weird combination of the two.
I like melding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get your towels ready. Get your towels ready because it's about to go down. What we gonna do? What? Just give me 2 seconds.
We'll be right back. I'm very bad at conversing. I'm going to look at the chat.
No, ad-lib, man.
Ad-lib. Paula says, hi, Henry.
Oh, hello.
Fantastic. Bronwyn, make sure you get that drink started for sure. Kirsten says, yes, I'm making that. I have no idea what
she was talking about the sandwich, I'm pretty sure.
The sandwich? Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Get this made.
So, here is my favorite way to make a Negroni, all right? Dude, hold that on your lap if you want.
Oh, yeah.
So here's my favorite way to make a Negroni. What you need to do, unfortunately, you need either a soda stream or an ISI charger. And let me explain this, because the first Negroni, right, was essentially a riff on an Americano.
Yeah. So
it had soda water in it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to preserve that beautiful aperitif style of drink while not losing any of the booze of a Negroni.
Excellent.
So basically what you do is you make your homegrowny just the same. So I put essentially equal parts of applewood gin, Ocaramaro, and then our Unico Yuzu in there. The Unico Yuzu vermouth, which we gave a little preview of in the homegrowny pack. If you haven't had the Unico Yuzu before, what did you think?
I had a taste just before. It is phenomenal.
It's
phenomenal. So tasty. Like, there's this really round smoothness to it.
Yeah.
Nice and sweet.
It's
little
freaking
hint
gorge.
of bitterness. It is freaking gorge.
It's a
That is
freaking
perfect.
gorge little vermouth. John
Yeah.
Thorne says hello from Blake. Well, hello, John.
Hello, John. Hello, Blake.
Good to see you guys. Mitchell Clark, no, it's not a spaghetto, but we will be covering that this week for sure, because I'm definitely going to touch on it. Peter's got some rum barrel port. So what you need to do is you take equal parts of your Negroni mix, so gin, Okar, and then the Unico Yuzu, and then you put it in one of these, you put it in a soda stream, and you punch it with a whole bunch of carbon and CO2. So you punch it with carbon dioxide to carbonate it. And what you get is this. Now, I like to serve these in a wine glass.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So just let that settle. That'll be for you.
Thank you.
And what you'll get is this beautiful Negroni, which maintains all of its aperitif origin. So just let it settle down.
It's gorgeous.
Let it settle down. It's freaking gorge. And then what you do is you take your orange, take an orange slice, and then just pop it in your wine glass like that. Because we do want a little bit of that juice and pith and skin to come through without being too overbearing.
I just want to say, my friend Damon, who is in the viewer right now, he's said 20 mil pleasure, 20 mil pain, 20 mil reason to remember the name, which is a fantastic Fort Minor reference.
Dude, yes, so good.
The early 2000s.
And what a total tune as well. What an absolute tune.
Also, hey Steve.
Andrew said if you put a Negroni in a soda stream, you're going to make a mess. Yeah, fair enough. Technically, soda streams are only meant for water, and the
soda
approved syrups
you should not mess with.
Yeah.
I actually did that at a friend's house when I was about 12. It ended badly.
Yeah, so I would recommend buying an ISI. They are expensive, but the number of times that you'll use them will absolutely make up for all of the expenditure. Damon Bartlett, punch it, got it.
Yep, so that's my mate Damon.
Oh, hey Damon, how you doing? You do know that guy?
He does know that guy. He plays D&D with me.
Oh, hells yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's to the D&Ders out there. Cheers. Happy Homegrowny Week. It's the
Homegrowny
first
Week.
drink of Homegrowny Week. Here we go. Cheers to everyone at home. Yeah, so you get that light sparkle.
Yeah.
It's very, very light because...
That is gorgeous.
Because the Negroni mix is actually very, very viscous, even when you chill your ISI down and then punch it with CO2, you only get this really light smattering of CO2.
Yeah.
But it's this really lovely, like, pinch of effervescence and pinch of acidity that actually makes the drink so good.
Beautiful.
It's
absolutely
awesome.
Beautiful. Hey, Shane. How we doing, man?
So, Lena, in answer to your question, would I recommend nitro? If you wanted to make this drink exceptionally creamy, then yes,
creamy. Yeah.
Nitrogen would actually make it a little bit creamy, kind of like a port.
Yeah.
But if you were going to use
or
nitro...
like a nice stout.
Oh, no, sorry, I meant to say porter, not port.
Porter,
porter. Yes, but if you were going to do that, I'd recommend doing like a Boulevardier and then charging it with nitro just to give you a little bit more mouthfeel. It's not actually going to make the drink like a cream, but we will, don't you worry, we've got this. We are going to cover Negroni foams later this week. We've already got a drink ready to go. So it's going to be freaking awesome. Stuart's trying to figure out what band your t-shirt is.
This is Triple Kill. They're Melbourne nerdy power metal band.
I love it.
They are fantastic.
Yeah.
I'll show you some stuff later because they are amazing.
And then I'll show you Dead Kellys.
Okay. I've heard of Dead Kellys before. But yeah, Triple Kill, they are fantastic. Their first ever single that they released was called Blades. It's about Beyblades.
Oh, awesome.
The film clip is amazing. It is probably one of their better songs.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. A song about Beyblades.
Thanks for the comment on the beard, Jess. I've got a chat here as well. So
I love it.
Gabs from Anther says hi. Reese says
guys.
Hey. So
awesome, guys. So glad to have you. Hello, Reese. Good to see you as well. I freaking love it. What's up, boys? So yeah.
Boys.
Yeah, we had to start Homegrowny Week with a Negroni, of course, or a Negroni, as we really should call it. But I really enjoy them charged in that way with a bit of CO2.
It is fantastic.
And it's it's like, for me, it's the best way to have it. The first time I had this was actually in an Italian restaurant, funnily enough, who decided to do it.
They just wanted to get a little bit creative.
Well, they were like, actually, the bartender explained it to me. I'm stealing like an artist here. The bartender explained it to me and was like, you know what? What we need is we need to combine the origin story of the Negroni with the feasibility of the Aperol Spritz and the drinkability of it. So I was like, you know what? That's a freaking awesome thing. Hells yeah. Now, you held a question to me before about Negronis, and I want to open this to the floor because we were having a bit of a chat about Negronis, and really it was in regards to something that I really hadn't thought about before.
This is something that I've had so many people ask me about. Whether it's someone trying to teach me a lesson, someone trying to just genuinely ask my preference, like a punter just being like, which do you prefer? Just like, which is the best to go in a Negroni? An orange twist or an orange wedge? That is just the biggest question I think that revolves around Negronis, apart from what's the best bitter to put into a Negroni, which we do not have to go into. No. I know several people that would fight to the death on that.
Why? Why would they fight to the death on that?
Because they work for Campari.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Well, look, I mean, Campari is the tried and tested original. And it is awesome. Like, don't get me wrong, Campari has stood the test of time because it does a really wonderful job. Yeah. And it tastes very, very good. But now I think, with how bartenders are looking at terroir and place, and really a dedication to putting flavour first, I think Campari, it's amazing. It will always have a place in the bar. Yeah. But now I think there are more interesting ways to start talking about the Negroni.
Jess is for the wedge.
Oh, you're for the wedge. What is everyone for at home? I mean,
I'm personally all about that orange twist. I've been making some Negronis in preparation for Negroni week, and I always go with the twist just to get those like beautiful essential oil flavors coming through. But yeah, it really, I've found the best answer and probably the lamest answer to give is it's always up to personal preference. I know. Boo.
Yeah, exactly. Paper. I mean, don't get saddle burned from that fence. You know, it's that whole thing. But really, I think, let me throw this to the floor. What do you prefer in a Negroni? Do you prefer an orange twist, or do you prefer an orange wedge?
Shane says orange twist or
blood orange slice.
Yeah.
Shane.
I like the blood orange.
Yeah, blood orange is a real good call. You know what I really enjoy? And it's this is contentious. Yeah. Because it's not even the same fruit.
Not even the same fruit.
I like a grapefruit twist.
Grapefruit twist with Patient Wolf. Grapefruit twist is fantastic.
See, funnily enough, with coral,
that would actually go perfectly
with a grapefruit twist. You get that because it's based on a greyhound. Okay. So the whole idea is salted grapefruit. Yeah, and that's what you get.
Excellent.
Team Orange Twist from Kirsten, but she also said Campari sucks. So thank you so much. Thank you.
That is a bold statement.
And it's within the first 20 minutes of the stream. And someone's already said...
It's going to happen all the way through the week.
Yeah, but Campari... Look, I'm going to stand up here and just say Campari doesn't suck. It doesn't. It was created a long, long time ago. Yep. They may have adjusted the recipe since then.
Slightly.
But it's still an absolute must, I think, on a back bar, personally.
Grapefruit, I'm going to try for sure from Jess. Absolutely do it. Yeah. Grapefruit goes well with a lot of things that would normally go well with orange, just because they are so closely related in terms of citrus flavor and stuff.
For real.
So yeah, getting that essential oil is just gorgeous.
But also, this is why, in my mind, the two main Italian Amaros, or Amari, I should say, are essentially, and I don't please tell me if you disagree, and tell me if you disagree at home, are Aperol and Campari. Those are the two, right?
Yeah.
Now, Campari always says to garnish with an orange, but I disagree. I think you should garnish Campari always with a ruby grapefruit.
Okay.
And Aperol is always like, garnish with an orange, and there I think they're right. Because I think an orange goes really well.
Really well with
because Aperol for me on the palate is grapefruit. And is orange. Yeah. Sorry. And Campari is fundamentally grapefruit.
Yeah.
So when you want to accentuate those flavors, that's what you want.
Campari is a lot more bitter.
A lot more
Aperol's very open.
Yeah.
Still very citrusy, but not very bitter.
Yeah.
I think that is because of the lower ABV, as well as less of the bitter components. But yeah, absolutely. Shane also says sometimes he uses a slice of stone fruit.
Cool.
At the end.
Yeah, I feel that.
Sounds amazing.
I feel that real hard.
Have to give that a go.
Lena has said orange twist. Love the citrus oil. If a wedge, I would do blood orange or grapefruit. Just love the bitterness. Paul has come in, slice of blood orange. Slice of dried blood orange, actually.
Dried blood orange.
Yeah, hells yeah. I could get around that.
Rehydrate it and then eat the slightly alcoholic blood orange.
And of course, Blake's got to come in hot. This is what I love. So Blake's got to come in hot. Orange twist and grated tonka bean.
On their Negronis, though.
Yeah,
on the
100%.
Patient Wolf Negronis,
because tonka bean is a massive part of their recipe. And by the way...
Did you have the Negroni from Patient Wolf?
No, I didn't have the Negroni.
Oh my god.
You know,
once everything's opened back up, you have to have a Negroni.
It's alright, Blake... so just to let you know, if you haven't seen the schedule for this week, so I'm going to talk about everything except you now.
Go ahead.
If you haven't seen the schedule this week, we have a wonderful week with a whole bunch of fantastic guests.
Exciting.
Dude, I'm really excited. But Saturday night, we will be streaming live on this channel from 6:30. It's the it's the Homegrowny Battle Royale. Oof. We have 4 excellent bartenders. We've got some bartenders from Black Pearl, Gin Palace, Lily Blacks, and Beneath Driver Lane. It will be presented at Beneath Driver Lane, and they will be giving us their best rendition of where the Negroni could go.
Fantastic.
So it's going to be really cool. So Blake, in fact, will be judging.
He's going to be judging.
Blake will be the one and only judge. I could only afford one judge, and I picked Blake. So Blake is going to be the one and only judge for that festival because
he will be strict.
He will be strict, but he will be fair.
He will be fair.
Look, because I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
The simple reason being, I want those people to like me in the morning. I was thinking about it. I was like, I could judge it, and then I was like, no, I'd like to keep some friends.
There's a little bit of a divide with Blake. Like he's not strictly associated with Okar or Applewood.
Well, see, this is the thing. I think Blake, at the start of that, you should make a Negroni for everyone.
Definitely.
Blake, I put it to you, please make a Negroni at the start of the Homegrowny Battle Royale this Saturday. Please, just let me know if you agree. Nice and chewy when you finish the drink. Yeah, Paula with the dehydrated blood orange.
Yeah. This is a comment for me. I won't share it, but thanks, Megan.
Yeah. Kirsten has just said, I volunteer as an extra judge. Fair enough, but I already owe you a bottle of Class Azul, and I can't have too many debts. Damn, Saturday night is sounding wild.
That's a good thing to be owed.
Well, it's a 200ml bottle of Class Azul.
It's still Class Azul.
It is still Class Azul. But yeah, it's going to be really cool. So we've got a fantastic week. I'll let you know who's on tomorrow at the end of this.
Yep.
But yeah, now I've got one more question before I show you the second Negroni,
yes.
for this evening.
Absolutely.
My simple question is this.
Yeah.
First of all, it's like a two-parted question, and guys, if you at home have an answer, please send it on through. Okay. First of all, when was your Negroni cherry popped?
Oh, okay.
All right, and I've got a second question for you after that. When was your Negroni cherry popped? Please, everyone, let me know.
This is my bartender experience directly revolves around Blake Hall.
Oh my goodness! Of course it does.
So I worked for a year and a half at.
Yeah. Sorry,
I'm 27 years old, and I always just
you have your.
I go through puberty. Every day. Despite being able to grow a fantastic beard, everything else is still just fluctuating. But I worked for a year and a half at a wonderful little tiki dive bar called Jack and Bones, where it was all about the rum.
It's so excellent.
So I worked there before it is what it is today. Corey, you can absolutely stream this on Twitch. So that's my friend. He does live streams.
Oh wow!
He's just asking if he can share it.
Please, Corey, go right ahead.
So I worked there for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Main focus was rum.
Awesome.
So had a real appreciation for rum while I was there. didn't have a whole lot of appreciation for gin. The only gin that we had that I could palate was Glendalough. Their spring release for 2015, I think. And that was the only gin that I could palate. I did not like gin until I met Blake Hall.
That's such a weird gin to like as well.
I know.
Like straight out of the gate, it's like Irish gin.
Irish gin that's seasonal. So it changes every single time. I met Blake when I went from...
I love it. You met Blake when you went from...
I met Blake when I went from Jack and Bones to the Atlantic. That wonderful place.
Yes. It is. It's absolutely wonderful.
It's gorgeous. So met Blake at the Atlantic, and he actually asked me, do you like gin? I was like, I hate gin. I've never had a gin that I like. Turns out I'd only had 2 gins, and both of them were terrible, except for Glendalough. Like, apart from Glendalough, I'd had like Gordon's and maybe Bombay, but it was like someone was just like, do a shot of gin. And I was like, I don't like it. And so he got me to try Patient Wolf, of course. And I was like, oh my god, it's a gin I like. And then he was like, well, try this. Made a Negroni for me. And I was blown away. And I've loved Negronis ever since.
Holy crap.
Yeah, it's been, like 4 years since then. And yeah, Negroni is absolutely my go-to cocktail. Like, if someone says, what do you want off the menu? Doesn't matter the price. I'm like, I want a Negroni.
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
We've got some other cherry poppers at the moment. We've got first Negroni was a dark Negroni from Alon.
Alon.
Yeah. In Panama, so it was Mount Gay XO, Montenegro, and Vermouth. What an interesting Negroni. That's really, really cool. And that would totally work.
It would,
100%.
absolutely.
Yeah. Andrew K has said, I hate Campari since I ordered it straight once on a date because I thought I liked it and it was too much, in capitals. I had to drink the whole thing so I didn't look like an idiot. It's all right, Andrew. That's not the dumbest thing I've done on a first date. And if you ask Brendan, the owner of Unicosello in Applewood, he'll tell you about my first Tinder date that went horribly wrong. And I'll never tell that story live on this stream. No, it'll never happen.
To hear that.
It'll never
not
happen.
live.
We'll hear afterwards.
Yeah,
and I'll tell my cherry pop on Friday night.
Yeah.
So I'll tell my cherry pop, but it'll be on Friday night.
Ooh, Shane's got a very interesting one.
Yeah.
Very first Bombay Sapphire Project Botanicals, 2014, was a whole evening of firsts. Had always drunk gin, but this was the first night that he fell down the rabbit hole.
Wow,
There you go.
Awesome.
Also, Frankie Malt from Bar Clara is just going off about how hot I am or something.
Yeah, and how you hated gin. What the fuck? He's so handsome.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, and Andrew, how you going, man?
Yeah.
Saying that the drinks look great, which they do.
Yeah.
This is a gorgeous drink.
It's a damn good Negroni. Negroni. Sorry. Homegrowny. Anything but a Negroni.
Yeah.
Now, I've got this second question for you.
Yes.
Well, actually, before we do that, Jess, how you doing? Jess from Gin Palace, you absolute champion. I hope you're doing well. Are you in South Australia still? And if you are, amazing. I hope you've tried some coral. Well, I hope you've tried some coral. If you haven't, head up to the distillery because we got some there with your name written all over it. This is her cherry pop story. Had my first right after my 18th at a dinner with Mum. She ordered them for us. Already loved gin and Campari from my time in Italy. But when I had my first sip, I couldn't even swallow it. Mum leans over and whispers, here's some advice. Sometimes you just have to swallow.
That is good advice from a mum.
Well done, Mum.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic. That is
my God.
super solid. I'm like 60% sure that Blake Hall made me my first Negroni. Kirsten, yeah, fair enough. Blake Hall has been spreading the Negroni love for a long fucking time.
A long time.
Long time.
Sure.
And he asked before, what even constitutes a Negroni?
Yeah, Negroni. It was on the list at Patient Wolf.
Come on, man.
I believe it's the Negroni is 100% Australian ingredients. I think it was Patient Wolf, of course. Whether it was the Melbourne Dry or the Summertime, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Okar.
Yeah.
And Maiden Eye.
Oh,
I think.
yeah.
Yeah. So just 30,
get around
30.
that.
I think 30, 20, 30.
Yeah, cool.
Because Okar can be a little bit overbearing.
It can be overbearing.
Times.
Definitely in a Negroni, for sure.
Yeah. In
Absolutely.
a Negroni, definitely. But
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
You got to weigh it up. That mum advice is useful in many situations, Andrew. You're absolutely right. Jess, doing amazing. Snuck some coral, but I'll have some more. Of course you will. You're
Definitely
an absolute fucking
coral.
hero.
Yeah.
So I've got a second Negroni cocktail for you. Now this Negroni. Are you able to do me a massive favor?
Yes.
Can you run to the fridge and grab me the champagne flutes out of the wine rack that's in there?
Yes.
That would be incredible. So this next Negroni, this Negroni riff, I suppose, is I suppose a twist not only on a London calling, but also on a white Negroni as well. So we are going to shake this bad boy, and it's pretty freaking wicked because what we've got is we've got a combination of dry gin, Ocar Gold, Tio Pepe, and then we have two other substitutes. And this is where shit gets kind of fucked up, right? Because it's kind of a combination. It's kind of a combination between a white Negroni and a Satin as well.
Okay.
So, the Satin, if you don't know, is probably one of the only tiki drinks in the canon that contains gin. So it has gin and mostly passion fruit, orgeat, falernum, and lime. Is really the way it goes. Now I've got to grab a jigger. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, it would actually be really important for making cocktails.
I know.
Having a jigger.
What? No way. So what we need for this one is we need 30 ml worth of applewood gin to start off. We're going to shake this cocktail, so pop it in a jar, pop it in whatever you're shaking out of. If you've got a Boston at home, awesome. So you need
a gorgeous jigger, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've got a copper one at home.
Oh yeah.
My lovely wife Beth bought for me.
That's toy.
Yeah.
That's toy like a tiger.
It doesn't have the actual measurements on the inside though.
Yeah.
So it's basically just 3060. But I've used a different 3061 so much that I've basically memorized it.
Yeah, awesome.
So I can just pour it in anyway.
Yeah, and you can kind of free pour it.
Yeah.
I dig it. I dig it so hard.
So I can still get that like 10, 15, 20, and then 30, 45, 50, 60.
Yeah.
From other jiggers that I've used in the past.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Oh shit, I'm making two. Whoops, I totally forgot. So, you need 30 ml worth of dry gin. So we're using applewood gin for this. You need 30 ml per cocktail of Ocar Gold. You then need 15 ml of Tio Pepe Fino. Evening from Melbourne Airport. Jimmy Carlisle. Oh, Jimmy Carlisle's heading out. He's heading out to Shetland, my man. Dude, please touch base when you are back in Shetland. Watch some of our live streams, please. I would absolutely adore that. I hope you have a very safe flight. Please tell me you're going to do the fancy satin garnish. No, we're not. We're going to keep it really, really simple. Just because this is a little bit more subtle. So you need 30 ml, as I said, 30 ml worth of dry gin, 30 ml worth of Ocar Gold, 15 ml worth of Fino Sherry, and then we're going to embark on two extra ingredients that are going to be tons of fucking fun.
I'm excited.
Mate,
for the extra ingredients.
I'm excited for this as well.
Was that 30 mils or?
Yeah, because I put in 30 mils before. So I'm making two. I'm making one for you as well.
Yeah. Then I am here, yes.
You are indeed a real person, and you are here. Jigger with a
real person.
It's a jigger with a tactical scope. I love it. That's awesome. Safe travels, Jimmy. Yes, absolutely, my man. Have a safe flight. Sucks that you're going. Hate to see you go, but I love to see you walk away. As my dad would say, he's a fun man. So the next thing that you're going to need is 15 ml worth of passion fruit syrup. Now this is really easy to make. You just go to the supermarket, you grab yourself a can of passion fruit pulp. You then do half and half passion fruit pulp mixed with 2-to-1 sugar syrup. Blend it in.
Gorgeous.
You strain it. Yeah, please. You strain out all of the obviously the passion fruit seeds.
Excuse me for just a moment.
Yeah, you're huffing. Yeah, you're huffing. I love it. It's real good. And then what you do, there's one element to this. You add a 2% citric acid solution to this.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, the 2-to-1 sugar syrup makes it very, very sugary. So you just need a bit of citric acid to heighten that kind of classic passion fruit acid.
Balance it a little.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So you need 15 ml per cocktail worth of passion fruit syrup. And then you need 20 ml worth of lemon juice.
Lemon juice.
Yeah, so this is the key.
Explains why it's a shaked cocktail.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're going to add 20 ml there, and we're making two. So we're going to need, bang on the button of 20 mil. I'm really glad I measured out 40 mil before we did this.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we've got 20 mil worth of lemon juice. So we've got 30 mil worth of gin, 30 mil worth of Okar Gold, 20 mil worth of lemon juice, and 15 mil worth of Tio Pepe Fino sherry, and then 20 mil.
Because I am ignorant. What is Okar Gold? I've never had it before. I've never had Okar Gold before.
And it's going in the shot glass.
It's going in the shot glass.
Okar Gold, for those of you who don't know, is basically native gentian. It's if Genepi and yellow chartreuse had a baby in Australia and it grew up to be a nice person. Yeah, I know.
Grew up to be a nice person.
Yeah, I love that. Like, people on this stream have definitely heard me say that multiple times. Isn't saying the I hate to see you go, but love to watch you leave. Yeah, Samantha, you're absolutely right. Yeah, it is. You're absolutely right.
That smells fantastic.
It was 30 mils of gin per cocktail, 30 mils worth of Okar per cocktail, 15 mil worth of Fino, and 15 mil worth of passion fruit syrup, and then 20 mil worth of lemon. So that's the jazz. So
I could live in that.
Man, it's fucking good.
That is amazing.
So what we need to do is now shake this bad boy.
Ice.
Oh, get that ice.
Fantastic. Also, Frankie said in my chat, I know what gin cocktail Jared actually orders when he comes to me. Yes, I will every single time. Honestly, whatever Frankie from Bar Clara makes, I'm just going to do a shout out for Bar Clara now.
Do it, man.
Go to Bar Clara. Bar Clara is fantastic. Frankie is just the biggest G out there. He's there most nights, if not all of the nights.
Yeah.
And he's incredible.
I love it.
Also, I love the boldness of you using a Parisian shaker.
Man, I actually really like Parisians.
I can't use them. So shaking, obviously I can do, but getting the top off, I've never been able to get it done. Like, I see people struggle with Boston shakers.
Yeah.
I struggle with Parisians.
Right. Yeah,
Every time. Yeah.
Peter's
I will
said,
plug you whenever you want, Frankie.
Okay.
I will plug you whenever you want.
Yeah, Frankie. All right, now you ready to do... where is Bar Clara, just by the way?
Bar Clara, Little Burke Street, just outside of Chinatown. It is a gorgeous location. Go down the stairs and just...
taste the sweet bevies.
Yeah.
That's the way to go.
Inside that venue.
Now, are you ready to do the shoulder dance with me? You got a shoulder pop
Oh,
while I shake.
are
you ready?
Yeah.
Because we're about to shake.
We're about to shake?
Are you ready?
All right.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. Here we go.
That would have looked horrible for anyone watching.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to get around this. No, it didn't look horrible. Look at that.
Can I have a bit of a...
You look great. Yeah, have a little smell.
Oh.
Yeah. So here we go. We are going to single strain this into some champagne, chilled champagne flutes. I'm going to make sure that we also get an even go of the stick. There we go. Now, to garnish...
Yes.
Here's the thing. To garnish with this, all we want to do is take a lemon twist, and then we're going to express the oils across the top.
That's it.
That's all we're going to do, and we're not even going to put this in the drink. We're going to discard.
I love it.
Right? The simple reason being is we don't want all of this to stay in there. This is, I've designed this drink to be still a short drink, so still kind of like a daiquiri in many ways.
Yep.
That's why we're not fine straining it.
Yeah.
You still got that little louche of...
a little bit of ice.
A little bit of like shredded ice just laying on the top. The simple reason being it will dilute and it will change over time. So I've decided to call this Saturn's Rings.
Saturn's Rings.
Saturn's Rings. Chin chin. Cheers everyone at home.
Cheers.
Cheers to the second drink.
Gorgeous.
Get around it.
Yeah. Absolutely make this at home if you can. And if you can't, get the things that make you be able to make this.
Like, holy crap. That's a damn good drink.
Holy crap.
Like, really, it is that beautiful, like, combination between a white Negroni and And like it is a combination between a white Negroni and a London Calling. So we've got that nuttiness that kind of hangs around.
Camillo says, I'm jealous for the drinks and not hanging with Jared. Camillo, we hung out last night. Come on, man. Like, we hang out every Monday night when we can.
Yeah.
I do wish I could see him more.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't.
And Sebastian Rayburn, the wonderful co-owner of Anther, says, looking good.
Yeah.
You're looking good, man.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, Sebastian. Oh, my goodness. Hello, my man. Congratulations on opening your distillery.
Absolutely.
Holy crap. My goodness gracious. Dude, salut, basically. Cheers.
Salut.
Cheers to you guys. Thank you so much. Cheers.
And I do want to stress, like, they specifically rushed getting this distillery open, so that they could help out with the hand sanitizer thing for COVID.
Well, that's awesome.
Like, it was 100% for a good cause. Yeah, and that's kind of what Anther's all about. Yeah, really.
Well, that's sick. So congratulations to those guys for opening up a new distillery. Yeah. Can't wait for World Gin Day when they're hosting a live tour.
Exciting.
Which is going to be really, really cool.
I'll be there. Well, I mean, I'll be watching. Yeah. I won't be.
Yeah, you won't be there.
But I'll be watching.
You'll be there.
I'll be there. I'll be experiencing the virtual.
You'll be involved.
Yeah.
I love it. Amazing. P Futsal Poopy PP. I'm just gonna say that on Twitch. What the fuck is? Well, he's asked, what the fuck is that on top of your head? It's an Okar hat. Thank you very much. That is what is on top of my head.
Get around that merch.
There you go.
Could also be referring to my pink top knot.
Well, he could. It's a pink top knot.
It's a pink top knot.
There you go. That's what we have on top of our heads. What a digression. I love it. Now, I had a second question for you based on the Negroni question. And really, this is all about what is the strangest Negroni you've ever had in a Negroni week where you've been like, you know what? That's pushing the boundaries of where Negroni goes.
I've got to be real.
Be real.
It was when I did the Campari.
Oh, are you about to like do a little flex? Is this your drink?
No, it's not my drink at all. Like, I did a Campari masterclass on Negroni. I don't think it was in Negroni week, but it was solely based around the Negroni, where the Negroni's going in the future. And we tried, I think, 4 different Negronis. There was one that was carbonated. There were these really interesting twists, and all of them were absolutely the strangest Negronis I've ever had, because they made me think, like, this is fantastic, but at the same time, this is new but old at the same time. It is essentially a Negroni while being brand new. Yeah. And I think that was fantastic, and that is definitely where we love to be. But also, I'm going to do a plug for a bar that no longer exists.
Okay, awesome.
Jasper's, our golden Negroni.
Oh my goodness.
Having actual powdered gold inside of a white Negroni was fantastic.
It was pretty awesome.
And being the guy that did all the prep for that every single week, I was still blown away by it. We actually, for my Bucks night, we went to Jasper's and I ordered, that was the only drink that I ordered, was the golden Negroni. I love it. Because it was fantastic. And I get to tell people that I've drank a golden Negroni. Like, awesome. It had actual gold powder in it.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So, at home, let us know what's the weirdest Negroni or the most crazy Negroni you've had. Please let us know every single night while we're doing this, because that's what we're about. Now,
Jaffa Negroni.
A Jaffa Negroni on Kirsten. Yeah, 100%. That sounds amazing.
So, like, chocolate orange.
Chocolate orange kind of vibe. That'd be really cool. Maybe like a Negroni with a bit of white creme de cacao. That'd do really, really nicely.
Fantastic.
Someone has asked on Instagram, what is Okar? Well,
what is our Okar?
What is an Okar?
Yeah.
Is essentially what we're asking. Well, Okar is life, I'd like to think. But Okar is this. It's basically an Australian Amaro. So if you're not familiar with what an Amaro is, it's very similar to Campari. So imagine that this is like an Australian version of Campari, but we use only native Australian botanicals in this Amaro. So it's a really awesome product. Definitely give it a go if it's in a store near you. That was shameless. That just there was like
shameless
plug. Like shameless plug.
Lydia, good friend of mine, says, I can vouch for this. Golden Negroni was lit.
100%.
Lydia used to come in every Wednesday at Jasper's.
Jasper's was an insane bar. I fucking loved that bar. I'm so sad that it's not currently. Lydia
used to come in every Wednesday and get our cost price whiskey.
Yeah.
And then she'd spend like a couple of $100 on more whiskey.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And then I would finish and we'd go out drinking more.
Awesome.
It was always a good time with Lydia.
Blake has just said, don't forget about the white truffle infusion.
The white truffle infusion.
Yeah.
I'm probably one of the few that think that truffle is kind of overrated.
Oh, really? Yeah.
It does something to my senses.
Here's some contention.
Yeah, also, Damon saying Okar is a state of mind.
It is. It's a state of mind.
So...
It's a place.
Truffle does things to my senses. I just can't handle it.
It does things.
I have a very strong sense of smell.
Yeah.
And so smelling truffle while I'm drinking a truffle-infused martini just sends my brain haywire. I couldn't handle it, and I had to make it.
Oh, holy shit.
I had to make it and taste it and be like, yep, that tastes like a good truffle martini.
100%.
A little.
Oh, and Jess just said, Jasper's the most comfortable bar stools ever made. 100%.
That was 100% the reason that bar was invented.
It was
to
so
have
good.
the most comfortable bar stools.
Speaking of truffle, I totally forgot. We put saffron in those onions.
Yeah, the onions in these sandwiches had saffron in them.
We put saffron in them.
Yeah.
Just to let everyone know. So if you do make it at home.
We fancy.
Yeah. And I remortgaged this house. Just for the tiny little pack of saffron.
Yeah.
Man, who wouldn't remortgage a house over some sandwiches?
Some saffron.
Come on, over some saffron sandwiches.
I'm going to have to do it at home.
Now, you've prepared your twist.
I have.
On a Negroni for this evening.
I have indeed.
I want you to tell me all about it from start to finish. Oh, you're punching the drink. Oh, no, I thought you were...
Not punching. Not yet. Where can I put this?
Just down on the floor. Just down on the floor. We'll clean it up later. So you prepared this for this evening.
I have.
We've got a fantastic drink. So please take us through the genesis of the drink.
Yes.
From beginning to end.
So Henry asked me if I wanted to be on the live stream. Immediately, I was just like, but
wait, hold on. Did you actually scream like a pterodactyl like that?
I mean, yes, of course. But
you were just like,
but I maintain,
yeah.
I do it all the time. Beth can confirm. I do it all the time.
Awesome, fantastic.
She was complaining about it last night, actually. Why do you scream like that?
What a great sex joke.
Yes. Definitely not.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I internally screamed like that. Externally, I was like, yes, that is no problem at all. Awesome. I can definitely be on a live stream and make Negronis and drink Negronis. Yeah. And I've always had a love for fat washes. Yeah. My first ever cocktail competition made a bacon fat washed old fashioned. Awesome. Fat washing is just something that absolutely fascinates me. Being able to heat up something that has a high fat content, mix it with an alcohol so that fat content transfers the flavor onto the alcohol has just been incredible for me. Something that we do at Mjolnir is Svarsblod, which has a white chocolate fat wash involved in the process of making it. Is the most complex cocktail we have on the menu, but when we serve it up, we simply pour it into a glass, spray over it, and serve it. Like, it is the most complex cocktail, but the least complex to serve because it's all made behind the scenes. And so subconsciously, like, I wasn't even thinking of it. I was like, I'm gonna do a white chocolate fat wash.
Holy shit.
I got a little bit of Patient Wolf, and I made this, which we won't say what it looks like because we all know what it looks like.
Yeah.
But I made a fat wash. This has been clarified.
Yeah.
As much as possible in the time allowed. I started filtering it this morning, and it didn't quite filter through properly.
Yeah. So basically, unfortunately, with some fairly thick fat washes, unfortunately, what happens is if you don't have the like 2 days that it takes to fat wash something, to strain something, you'll end up with a cocktail that looks a little bit cloudy. And that's not a bad thing. It doesn't actually affect the flavor, but
the visual aesthetic is always affected for sure.
It's always slightly flawed. Having said that, we're going to mix this in a Negroni, so it doesn't actually matter.
So I've got some Patient Wolf that I have fat washed with white chocolate. Just basic cooking white chocolate.
So how did you do that? Like talk
so
us
what
through
I did, I got a double boiler going. So pot of water, big glass bowl on the top, melted the chocolate.
Awesome.
Poured the chocolate into a Ziploc bag with the gin and the white chocolate.
Hold on. The gin was, you poured the gin in a Ziploc bag, then poured the melted chocolate on top.
Poured the melted chocolate on top.
Awesome.
Gave it a little bit of a shake.
Yeah, cool.
Sealed it, trying to get rid of as much air as possible. If you've got a Vac-Seal, Vac-Sealer, do that for sure.
Yep.
Lucky you for having a Vac-Sealer. And then just you know, letting that sit in the freezer for about 4 days.
Yeah, wow.
And then using coffee filter and what was it called?
We used a chamois.
Chamois, just to get the last little bit out of it.
Not a chamois.
Not a chamois.
We used a chamois, which is a French winemaking. Well, it's a winemaking tool.
Yeah.
Where you basically pour it into a cloth bag and then just let it run through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my twist in terms of an actual Negroni, it's not going to mix it up. I'm not using like carbonation. I'm not shaking it up.
Yeah.
It's going to be a purely stirred cocktail.
Awesome. I'm going to grab you some ice.
Please do.
And I'll grab you your glasses.
I'll run through the recipe for everyone at home. It's 30 mils per cocktail of this beautiful white chocolate infused Patient Wolf. Got just enough right there. Absolutely gorgeous. 15 mil of ochre per cocktail, so 30 mils total. Yes. That is honestly already looking so much better than last night when I used the... so I actually made this unfiltered. So there was lots of like gritty, chunky bits. It looked like baby sick, I will not lie. And then 30 mils per cocktail of Carpano Classico. Of course, you can use whatever vermouth you like. This is just the vermouth that I had on hand.
Well, I mean, you did choose this vermouth.
I did choose this vermouth.
You chose this specifically because it would fit with the chocolate.
Yeah,
element.
I did want something a little bit lighter in terms of a vermouth, something that wasn't going to overbear on the white chocolate or the bitter flavors. So 60 mils of that.
30 mils per cocktail.
30 mils per cocktail.
And Andrew K has said he wants to experiment with fat washing, which is pretty dope.
Absolutely do it. Fat
100%.
washing is fantastic. It is a really good way to introduce some flavors that you wouldn't really expect. Where's the ice for this? Right here.
Right here.
Excellent. I'm just gonna use this.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Get involved. Get involved. Damon has just said chamois means Japanese sword. My question is, in which language?
Is it in Japanese or is it in something else?
I don't know. Maybe. Damon, let us know what that means.
I also have to stress with Damon, this could be a JoJo fact.
Oh, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Yep.
I love it.
He's been pushing me to watch JoJo for years.
It's amazing.
For reference as well, Damien is one of my oldest friends. I've known him since we were both about 11.
Wow.
So, yeah. And just stir it down. Stir down the beautiful cocktail. So 30 mils of the fat washed gin. In my case, Patient Wolf to go with the grapefruit and the tonka bean. 15 mil of the ochre. And 30 mil of sweet vermouth, something a little bit lighter so that the white chocolate flavors don't get kind of left behind. That should be enough because we will be... Oh my god. You're not gonna like this. I'm gonna drink both of them just for you. I'm gonna do it for you as a selfless act.
Thank you. Well, look, no. Like, split them. My Bar Life has just said some Negroni twist. Absolutely. My man, you've come into the Homegrony Week.
The Homegrony Week.
It's Homegrony Week, my man. I mean, this is a whole thing. So we, right now, are mixing up Jared's vision of what Negroni can be, which is essentially a white chocolate
Negroni.
Negroni, which is pretty insane. And I have to admit, are you ready for this? Why don't you sit down and have a look at the screen? Because I did this specifically for this week.
Yeah.
I tell you what, this isn't a Negroni. That's a Negroni. Oh yeah!
Boom!
But seriously, that's a Negroni. What are we garnishing this with?
So just to finish on the garnish, we're going to microplane. Comes off that way. Just a little bit of dark chocolate.
Yeah.
Just to kind of combat the overly sweet white chocolate flavors that you get.
Yeah.
Just like a little microplane right over the top there.
And we'll get a little bit of bitter chocolate.
Yeah, a little bit of bitter chocolate flavor. Just go for it. Go nuts.
Yeah.
Clean up the mess later. And then we can just eat the chocolate as well.
Hells yeah. Mate, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for kicking off Homegrony Week with me. Cheers. Cheers to everyone at home again.
Cheers to everyone at home.
Cheers. Oh, get out of town.
That actually turned
Get
out
of town,
really
that's
well.
Good. Holy crap. Andrew has a YouTube channel where he makes lots of cocktail experiments. Andrew, let us know what that channel is.
Yeah.
Let us broadcast it, mate. That'd be amazing. My Bar Life has said on some competition in Novi Sad. Okay.
Novi Sad.
Tell me he does it in a mad scientist costume, referring to Andrew. And then he's doing mead cocktails with rakia. Wow, yeah, awesome.
Mead cocktails are always a good thing.
100%.
Mjolnir used to have a mead cocktail.
Mead cocktail. It was called Feeling Meaty.
Feeling Meaty,
yeah,
absolutely.
It was very
and
good.
I brought in another meaty cocktail as just like a special. And for the life of me, I cannot remember what it was called, but it was essentially a mead sour, mead whiskey sour.
Yeah, it really was. It was insane. They did it. They did it in a horn, and it was pretty incredible. Now, get ready, because I tell you what, now it's time for a pretty insane segment. So, unfortunately, just to let you know, we will no longer be doing, for this week, we won't be doing Australia's Funniest Home Cocktails, because it's not about doing something dumb and taking the piss out of it. Instead, we are going to play What's That Bitter Taste in My Mouth? But then, after we guess what Amaro it is, we have to make a Negroni from it. Boom.
Boom.
That's what we're doing. So, here we go. It is time for What's That Bitter Taste in My Mouth? That was beautiful.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Thank you.
That was amazing. So, Angry Cocktails. Because my original channel is Angry Aussie. Well, get all across that.
I do like that is bleeped out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know cock is bleeped out.
Angry
I know.
Cocktails.
It's pretty insane.
It's very important that is bleeped out for a channel that talks exclusively about spirits and cocktails.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, no Maloha drinks. I'm really sorry about that, but instead we are going to be using random Amaros that I have chosen. Some that we've had before, but we're testing it on new people.
Testing on me because I've probably never had it.
Yeah,
because I've had like 6 Amaros total in my life.
Well,
Ren
here
says,
we go.
OMG, two please of those. And in reference to the mead sour.
Oh, 100%. 100% Ren.
If
you would
come
love
to
that.
Mjolnir, I will find a way to make one for you.
100%. Ren, go to Mjolnir, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sick.
Everyone needs to go to Mjolnir. Especially now.
Well, yeah. Please, go to Mjolnir.
In reference to one of my favorite YouTubing channels, especially now in the Backstreet Boys World Tour. Get those tickets.
So,
thanks, Monique. Good to see you too, man. Although I can't actually see you. But good to see you.
Alrighty, here we go. So, What's That Bitter Taste in My Mouth is all about demystifying Amaro, and we couldn't have a better week to do this. So,
I've
we
already
have an
finished
Amaro in
mine,
front
so-
of us. Just to let everyone at home know, we've had this Amaro before on the show. So please,
I can guarantee you I've never had this.
Jared has never had this.
I've never had
You
an
guys
Amaro
will
so
figure
clean.
it out, but then we are going to make a Negroni from it, so it's going to be really cool.
Ooh.
Damon, okay, cool. Mjolnir's open again.
Yeah, so Mjolnir is open because of social distancing restrictions. It is restaurant only, so the bar downstairs is not open except if you are having food with your meal, with your beverage. Yeah. So just going downstairs to have a drink is not possible at the moment, but I think once the restrictions lift in July, we'll be back to business as almost
usual.
Almost
and
usual.
Mjolnir's an experience. Like if you haven't been there before,
Yeah.
it is fucking phenomenal.
One of my favorite places to go before I even worked there. Like I was waiting for it to open down here.
Yeah.
So just off the bat, this has a really clean smell.
It does. It's very, very clean. Now, the first thing that we always do.
Almost smells golden. Like I know it's a golden liqueur, but like it almost smells golden. Yeah. If that's a thing.
Yeah, it definitely does. It's very bright. It's very acidic on the nose. So what we need to discover first is it Old World or New World? So do you think it's from continental Europe or do you think it's from outside continental Europe?
I think it's from outside continental Europe.
Why do you think it's from outside continental Europe?
With Amaros, from what I have learnt in my paltry 4 years of being a bartender and like 3 months of knowing about Amaros, they're very strict on Amaro. They're very strict on a lot of things, but they're very strict on Amaro, what can be in it, what it can look like.
Yeah, for sure.
So definitely I think it's a New World Amaro, or at the very least, it's something that breaks the rules.
For sure.
So if it's not a New World Amaro, I haven't had a taste yet.
Have a taste.
So with a lot of things, people will be like, oh, I've had like 3 or 4 sips, and I'm just like,
yeah.
The whole time I'm just sniffing.
Yeah. So Paula has just said our bars in South Australia are open without having to eat from tomorrow, I think.
That's fantastic.
Can't find a smug emoji. Just saying.
Hopefully.
Paula, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
So we're my wife and I are looking to go to Adelaide in August. She's from Adelaide to visit her parents for their birthdays. So hopefully we'll be able to go to bars.
Why don't you travel up to the Adelaide Hills and go visit Applewood?
You know
Brendan,
I will.
Brendan, looking at you.
Absolutely will be going to Applewood.
Because I think that's a sensational idea. We can host you there.
That is so light.
It's so light.
It's gorgeous.
So do you think, what are you thinking? Like Old World, New World?
I'm still thinking New World.
You're still thinking New World?
Still thinking New World.
Awesome.
Are you going to blow my mind?
No. You want to lock that in?
I'm locking it in.
Awesome. It is New World. We've had this Amaro before on the show. I'm going to be straight out of the gate. It is New World. All right? Now, do you think it is from America? Do you think it's from Australia? Or do you think it's from Scotland?
Those are very interesting options. Yeah. The fact that you put in Scotland is... It's either to throw me to be like, oh no, it's from Scotland.
No. I mean, like Sweet Dram do a whiskey Amaro. Yeah. And they distill out of Glasgow. So, it's not unheard of to have a Scottish Amaro.
Yeah, it's not unheard of.
Gumaraka and Haynes & Co. Definitely go. If you are in Adelaide, head to Haynes & Co. The most incredible bar in Adelaide. Okay. Holy Haynes crap.
I will keep that in mind.
It's utterly insane.
It's whether or not the Backstreet Boys World Tour will allow it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, that's very true.
Wow.
Yeah. So do you think it's from America?
It does have like a
Scotland?
honeyness to it, which a lot of like whiskey liqueurs, regardless of whether they're Amaros or not, always go with like a honey flavor. So it could be a Scottish Amaro.
It could be. For me, it also smells like black tea leaves.
Black tea. That is what
like it has this
right at the very end of the taste as well. Like you get that like black tea cut.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's this very very vegetal. Some would say herbaceous. I did that deliberately. We're gonna do a shot.
Yeah.
It is this very It is this very like herbaceous.
There is a vegetal herbaceous kind of note to it for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like without wanting to sound like a wank.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
Okay, I'm gonna lock in an answer.
Yeah, what do you think it is? What do you think it might be?
I'm gonna say American.
You're gonna say American?
I'm gonna say American. I'm gonna go out there.
Wow.
I'm gonna say American.
Okay. You're gonna say American.
American.
Far out.
Am I completely wrong?
No, I mean, was there anything that made you think, you know what, American?
Nothing in particular, except for the fact that you threw in Scottish.
Yeah.
And that like honey note just makes me think that it's Scottish.
Okay.
So I'm not going to say that it's Scottish, but
okay.
I don't think it's Australian either.
Alrighty. Yep, fair enough. Yeah. Shots.
Cheers.
Cheers.
What was that?
That was
Mac.
Mac.
The Mac. Yes.
It was Mac. It was real good.
Good stuff.
Kirsten has just said, wash your mouth. Backstreet's the best.
So it's not a diss to Backstreet Boys at all. It's just a reference
I love
to
it.
a YouTube channel.
So
that's all.
You're going with American.
I'm going with American.
You're absolutely right.
Yes!
It's American.
Oh,
it's American. Now,
I love going with my gut.
Now, here we go. This is where I'm going to throw you in the deep end. I'm going to throw you in and look, I know that you probably guessed American. And I know you guys at home, if you've been watching the stream, you would recognize exactly what it is. I'm looking at you, Blake Hall. You were given this Amaro on the stream.
Blake knows exactly what this is.
Blake knows exactly what this is.
Even if he wasn't given it on the stream, he would know.
No, he was bamboozled on the stream. Yeah,
you got him as well.
No, I got him real hard.
So
because I wouldn't expect you to get what this is.
Before we go into the third thing, we used to play a game at Jasper's. Guess That Spirit.
Yeah,
and it was basically a way for Blake to train me into being more like open-minded with my palate, recognizing individual spirits within the same category. And myself and Lisa Rose Gregory, who is fantastic, we tricked him by using a brand that I will not say because it might jeopardize the brand itself.
That's fine. It's okay.
But yeah, we used a Scotch, and he could not pinpoint whether it was a Scotch or a rum or a bourbon.
Yeah. Okay.
He had no idea. Because.
But also, Blake is imperfect. Like he's not the barometer of all flavor. He's very, very good. Don't get me wrong.
It was the only time we got him, though. It was the only time we got him, and it was because the brand was.
I'm not gonna lie. I got him real hard with this.
Yeah.
He was not able to guess this whatsoever, and I don't blame him. It's very esoteric, but it is American. Now, do you think?
Ken, how you doing, man?
Do you think this is from? Are you ready for this?
Okay.
Do you think this is from California?
California.
Do you think this is from Oregon?
Okay.
Right? Or do you think this is from Washington State? So up in Seattle.
Okay, Seattle. All right.
So let me give you the cities. So I'll give you Seattle, Portland,
of course,
or LA.
LA. Yeah.
Which one do you think it is from?
So
and don't get me wrong, if we would let's think about this. And I know this we're about to go super geek. Damon, you're absolutely right. Got him. I got him hard.
Got him.
Let's go super geek, right? So Portland is very, very famous for a lot of beer. They make a phenomenal amount of craft beer. Seattle also make a phenomenal amount of craft beer, but they also make craft spirit.
Yeah.
In Seattle. LA does have some craft beer and also does have some craft spirit. So what would be the choice? It's tough. This is if you don't get this, you should still stand proud as having guessed America.
Being able to guess the first two.
Yeah. What draws you? Because if we're to think about it, Blake Hall said ridiculously tasty, and it is. It's ridiculously tasty. It's unreal. For sure. Really, really good.
Yeah.
What do you think it is? So you don't get to phone a friend.
I don't get to phone a friend at all.
You don't.
But Portland, they have some amazing stuff. For sure. Westwood, one of my favorite American whiskeys.
Amazing whiskey.
Especially for an American single malt. That's a very narrow field, and Westwood knocks it out of the park. Did you know the lead distiller has his drum kit inside the barrel?
Yes, I did.
The aging
inside
room.
the aging house because he plays drums to them.
Yeah, he plays
drums
out to
because
him.
actually it does give micro vibration, which allows the wood to move. It's really intense.
It's really cool stuff.
If you don't get this right, the bus explodes. Thank you very much, Damon. That's very true. We're in speed.
Before you even said that was Damon, I knew it was.
Yeah, 100%.
No one else speaks like that.
Yeah. So here we go.
So
let me give you a clue.
Yeah.
The central ingredient wouldn't grow in one of the 3 locations.
Oh, come on.
Okay. The central ingredient
wouldn't grow
is
in one of the
in
3
one
locations.
of the 3 locations. So think about that. You've got
Portland,
LA, and Seattle. No, Seattle's
up top. That's right.
So it wouldn't grow in
Washington State.
They're all
DC.
West Coast.
Yeah.
Washington State.
Mm-hmm.
So one of those locations, this plant wouldn't grow. Funnily enough, it's too cold.
Okay. Too cold, so it's not Seattle.
I don't know.
It's not Seattle where the ingredient would grow.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that they wouldn't use it, because you can still import ingredients.
Yeah.
Therefore...
Blake has just said, it's damn Chichibu Mizunara cast. Holy shit, it was good. 100% Chichibu Mizunara was amazing. Unbelievable. So where do you think it's from?
Alright, so because it was too cold, that immediately says Washington State, Seattle. I have friends that live up that way. Absolutely it would be way too cold.
Yeah.
For whatever the ingredient is that you're saying.
Yeah. You'll find out.
But
Come
importation
on, give me an answer.
is 100% a thing.
Give me an answer.
Seattle.
You're going to say Seattle.
I'm going to lock in Seattle, because just because an ingredient can't grow there does not mean that it cannot be imported. I know that because Patient Wolf gets tonka bean imported from Venezuela.
It's very true.
Yeah.
You're very right, but you've outfunked yourself.
I've outfunked myself?
It's LA.
It's LA!
And we've done
oh
this
my god!
We've done this before.
Oh my god!
The ingredient that we're talking about is poppies.
Poppies?
This is Green Bar Distillery in Los Angeles.
Okay.
They make a Grand Poppy Amaro out of poppy. And now it's your job to mix us up a Negroni with this. I'm going to finish off my chocolate Negroni.
Yeah, I'm going to finish off...
that's actually really good. And we'll pour it in this, because you've got to mix this up. Cheers, mate. Cheers to Negroni Week as well. Homegrony Week, sorry. Because now you've got to mix this up, a Negroni, with the Green Bar Grand Poppy Amaro. It's pretty unreal,
That's cool.
Hey?
That's very cool.
It's a very, very interesting Amaro.
Yeah.
So we're just going to be doing equal parts of our Applewood gin and some Maiden Eye Vermouth. 30. Just pop it in there. And then we're going to split it between the two of us. Here we go. Please do the honors. So it was Green Bar at the end of the day, which is really, really cool. I do believe the Bitters Lab used to import it, but it was very, very limited. I don't think they import it anymore. If you are looking for Amaro that you want to actually put in a homegrowny for this week, please head to the Bitters Lab, grab yourself some Amaro, and then hashtag Homegrowny Week. And also, if you're doing this on Instagram, please tag Applewood Distillery and Okar Island Bitter in there. So Applewood Distillery and Okar Island Bitter, along with the Bitters Lab. And you could go in the running to win a bottle of Okar Amaro. So this is a real thing that is happening this week. This is right. What you need to do,
absolutely doing this.
grab yourself a homegrowny kit or whatever you're doing. And on Instagram...
Have you got the ice over there?
It is... Oh, no, I put it back in the freezer.
Put it back
Just
in the
freezer.
Give me a
second.
No worries.
You hit me during my pitch, man.
During the pitch? I'm the worst.
Just give me a second.
Hopefully my homegrowny kit arrives soon so I can join in. I hope so too, Andrew.
100%, Andrew. Absolutely. So what you need to do to enter... No, there you go, man. What you need to do to enter this competition is you need to grab an Amaro. It doesn't have to be Okar. This is the whole thing. What we want people doing this week is making Negronis, being involved in the conversation, because I tell you what, this dumpster fire of a Negroni week, we are not going to abide. So please,
Backstreet Boys World
make
Tour,
100%,
as well as whatever the fuck is going on.
100%. Make yourself a Negroni. Just tag Applewood Distillery or Oakar Island Bitter in your story, and you will go in the running to win by the end of the week a full bottle, 750ml bottle of Oakar Island Bitter. Awesome. So please do that for us, and you will go into the running. I'm really, really excited to announce this at the end of the Homegrowny Battle Royale on Saturday night, and we will deliver it to your door. So yeah, dude, I really hope your Homegrowny kit's arrived. If you haven't got a Homegrowny kit, please go out there and get one, because they're fucking baller.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be awesome. Kylie Schubert, thank you for tagging Reese Schubert in the comments. And what do you think?
It's interesting. It's a very pale Negroni.
It's a very pale Negroni. But the really interesting thing about this is, like, the poppies are going to give you a ton of sweetness.
Yeah.
It's actually quite a sweet Amaro. So here we go.
It's very sweet, yeah.
Here we go. We're going to try this out and see what comes across. Oh, yeah, cool. Awesome.
This has been a fantastic playlist, by the way.
Mate, it's the Hats and Tats playlist we are listening to. So if you do love Hats and Tats and you love the playlist, it's the way to go. So guys, that is all we have time for this evening. We're going to give you a little cheers. Cheers, Jared. Thank you for joining me on the first day of Homegrowny Week. Tomorrow, we have the wonderful Tiandra joining us live from Gin Palace. Fantastic. That is right. We have Tiandra, the bars manager of Gin Palace, joining us to give you some more Negroni riffs. I have some more Negroni riffs ready for you as well. If you have any questions about Negronis or any drinks that were made tonight, please let us know in the comments. Cheers, my man. What do we think?
Cheers.
Let's give it a rank out of 10.
Honestly, that's up there. That's like a...
I would give that a 6.5.
I was going to say a 7.
I love it.
Yeah.
So
it's fantastic.
The combined score...
It's not Negroni tasting, but it is...
But it is really interesting.
A really good cocktail.
It is really, really interesting. So we'll say that this one earned a 13.5. And at the end of the week, out of our Mystery Amaros, we will declare a winner on Saturday. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been an excellent night. Jared,
been fantastic.
My man, thank you so much. Let's give it it's a handshake. It's wonderful. Oh! But yeah, we will see you.
Touch.
We'll see you tomorrow at exactly the same time, ready for another fantastic week. Thank you so much, guys. Enjoy your evening, and we will see you tomorrow at 6:30 for Tiandra at Gin Palace.
Get excited.
Good night.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, this you crazy mother.